Okay. Well, now that you all
We'll
can
get it.
hear us, is John wearing onesie PJs? Yes, he is. Okay. So, welcome everybody. We have currently 37 people watching our dumbasses.
Wow.
So, thank you for that. If you are watching, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as well as, if you could, share it with folks. We're going to get diving in here to season 1. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the show as normal, because this will also be our Wednesday podcast. So bear with me for a moment as I do that. Hello, everyone out there in podcast land. Welcome to Grade 17, a Babylon 5 podcast, a part of the Front Row Network and NPR Illinois Community Voices. We are a group of first ones and newbies who are watching Babylon 5 from the very beginning. And this is a special one for us because this is the end of season 1. Several of these folks didn't think they were going to make it this far, but we're here. Season 1 has come to an end. So we're going to go ahead and do our live recap of season 1. I'm Scott, and with me, as always, is
Blake,
Emily.
Justin,
Kevin.
Jessi.
Andrew,
Nicole.
Mike.
And John.
So we're going to do a couple of different things here today, but before we dive into the recap show, I want to ask everyone in the chat to join in with us. I'm going to be monitoring the chat as we go, so if you have questions or you want to make fun of somebody or do whatever you want, throw it in the chat and we'll bring it up as we go. Yeah, Jessi says make fun of John, so go ahead and do that. He is wearing the PJs. Also, along with that, if you are listening to this audio version as it drops on our podcast, you can go to our YouTube, which is linked down below, to see our smiling faces. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can. Along with that, in the show notes for everybody, both YouTube and audio, we have links to our Twitter, our Facebook, our Instagram, as well as to our Patreon, which, as Mike said, if you subscribe to our Patreon, maybe we'll be able to figure this out by season 5. Maybe. But with the Patreon, you do get behind-the-scenes access to our Discord server, as well as to the show notes from our newbies and blooper reels from the actual show when I post them. Along with that, if you go into a higher tier, you can be involved in Q&As with us. You can add your audio to our show. And then finally, we do have our Grey Council, which is our highest tier, which is our producers. Thank you so much to our producers. I see some of them are already in the chat, and the list of producers is down below in the show notes. Blake, you have something you want to add about Facebook?
yes, we have some awards that we're going to be giving out this evening that are voted on by all of you, such as which one of us is most likely to get thrown out of an airlock, whether that's Scott for telling our newbies, that we'll talk about it beyond the rim, or John for calling Jessi Jessica one too many times. So you can head over to our Facebook page. You can go ahead and vote on those. We also have some for who has the best predictions, and even one for who has those predictions that make you go, what the? So go ahead and go over there and give a vote on those. We'll be giving those out later in the podcast today.
And last piece of show notes, or keeping whatever English is good, is please make sure, again, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, hit like, subscribe, share the video. And then if you're listening to the audio podcast, be sure to like or add to your podcast queue, subscribe to it, and also give us a review. The reviews are a huge part of what helps this show grow. And a special thank you to the reviewer who posted on Apple last week who questioned if I may have Tourette's. We'll talk about that at a later show. But that actually happened. And the answer is no, I do not have Tourette's. But thank you. I appreciate it. At least you could have done was given us a 5-star review. You gave us a 4. So
It's a different problem.
What?
Yeah.
I
Wow.
forget that guy.
Gave us a 4-star review and asked if I had Tourette's. And called me Steve. So, we're doing great.
Are we sure it was for
amazing.
us though? Because we have
I'm pretty sure it was us.
a bad habit.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay, so first things first, because we have a lot of folks watching this, and I'm guessing we're going to have a few new folks joining us here as we dive into season 2 starting next week. Let's go ahead and do some intros. We've already said who we are. What I would like to do now is go around the horn and ask the same question that I asked at the beginning of the show when everyone joined us for the first episode, or for John, the second episode. And that is, what do you want? But of course, now you know who asked that question. So as Mr. Morden would ask, what do you want? Let's go to Emily first. What do you want, Emily?
Oh, great. Thanks. Appreciate it. I want answers to some of these questions that we've generated.
You've gotten some answers, right?
Not
Some.
enough.
Okay, not enough.
Not enough.
Justin, what do you want?
Well, thanks, Steve. I want to
Thank
keep
you.
going. Oh, that's sticking around. I want to keep going on this crazy journey that we're on, man. I didn't know what to expect coming into this, having never seen the show before. But I've fallen in love with it, and fallen in love with what we're doing, and can't wait to keep going. So what I want is just to keep pushing forward and see exactly if I continue to be frighteningly right.
You assume that you're frighteningly right. I want to point out there are several times in Beyond the Rim where we're like, man, Justin swang and missed on that
So
one.
wrong.
That's fine though. You know what? I'm right in my own brain, and that's what matters.
That's all.
A couple pieces of the yarn have fallen off here and there, but it's okay.
And Nicole has picked them up and tried to stick them back to the wall. Emily Ryan from the Yum Yum podcast says you just want more Dylan is what you really want.
This is correct. That is absolutely.
Hi,
100%
Ryan.
accurate. Hi, Ryan.
He's married, girls. He's
We
married.
know.
We're being polite, not creepy.
We still
So are
love
we.
him, okay?
I don't know. It
Yeah.
just sounded weird. All the girls were like, "Hi, Ryan."
Yeah,
Don't
and,
be jelly.
the chat is
Little
already
bit.
policing itself, but I'm going to throw it out there too. We are still technically just finishing season 1. And this is not to our host. This is the people in the chat. We're just finishing season 1, guys. So yes, this actually, our hosts have seen 2 episodes now of season 2 because we record a little bit ahead of time. But please keep all comments in the chat to just season 1 because I know we got some newbies who are watching along with us and they have not seen season 2 yet. So please be careful. Okay, let's go to Jessi. What do you want?
I want absolutely nothing from you, Mr. Morgan. Like, not a single thing. I just want to keep doing my podcast with my friends and living my best life. I don't need to owe you any favors at this point.
And go ahead. Somebody was saying something? No. Okay. Andrew, what do you want?
I wanted to see what Londo is packing underneath all that.
So you didn't get enough of Londo and his 6
I did not.
pieces yet.
I need
Oh.
a more
I saw
accurate
one. I
diagram.
got to see the other 5.
I understand this has been diagrammed for you, and you're still curious.
Using
drew you a
stick
diagram.
figures.
It
Using
was stick tentacles,
figures.
sir. Stick tentacles.
Stick dicks.
Oh, we've been going for only
Sorry.
about
Yep.
Sorry.
sure.
we've been
Not
going
even
for 14
15
minutes and we got
Right.
stick dicks. We're doing great, guys.
Sorry.
This is to form right now. This is good.
Actually, that is pretty well behaved for us. So
It just came
Yeah.
to me. And it came out. I'm sorry.
Melissa, one of our producers in the chat, just put hashtag Centauri Peens. So
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
See,
Okay.
our fans are just as bad as us. So it's okay.
speaking of just as bad as us, Nicole, what do you want?
Well, I kind of want Mr. Morton to get thrown out the airlock, to be honest. But I'm kind of on the same vein as Justin. I just want to continue watching. I've also fallen in love with the show, and I really want to see the culmination of JMS's masterpiece. I want to know everything that's going to happen, and I want to know now, but I know I have to wait and be patient. So, but yeah, that's what I want.
You've only got about 2 years to go.
I
You've
know.
gotten through 1/5 of the show now. 1/5.
Which
Farther than I
it flew
thought.
by. It really flew by, I
Yeah.
think. Like,
I
I
agree.
can't believe how fast it went.
Tim says it's that classy dialogue that keeps me coming back. So thank you, Tim, for
Yes.
that.
Aw, someone thinks we're classy.
Mike says, Mike Finney says that going through the prediction list, I guess he's making a list and checking it twice. Several of the predictions have been correct so far. And then
Which ones,
Shannon
Mike?
says what she wants, and Shannon, this is Jessi, this is your friend Shannon,
Mhm.
says she just wants Ivanova plus Talia. That's what she wants.
Oh,
We all want that.
we all want that.
I'd pay for that.
Okay. Yep. And Melissa says 22 down, 100-ish to go for episodes.
Thanks,
Okay.
Melissa.
Let's go to John, the Chuckle Nugget himself.
Mm.
John, what do you want?
What do I want? Well, whose side? Jessica? Is that you?
Yes, accurate.
I tell you what I want. One less Jessica on the spot. No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody
I
would
wanna-
be sad. Stop it.
That's true. Well, there's one guy I know that would be super duper sad. That's for sure.
Wow.
But I think I want a night with Londo in the casino, a fistful of credits, a stiff drink, and to end up in whatever Jakar had going on that one episode. That's what I want.
All I heard was a night with Londo and Stiff.
That's all I heard. Stop listening.
He wants the
That's all I
stiff
got.
tentacles. That's what he's going for.
All right, basically
Okay, so-
just Centauri Peen. What? No.
So that's
This
our
B5
newbies.
fan fiction is going to be epic.
Oh God, Andrew was supposed to read some for a bonus episode. He was going to read some fanfic for us. Andrew's
Oh.
was being quiet. He's like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Yeah.
Not today, Andrew. We're okay.
Did we have some prepared or?
No,
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 we're
not
gonna
tonight.
find
I'm just
it.
saying you had said you were going to do it for us down the road.
We're not right now.
I think we should give the fans what they want, and we're being told to put John in the airlock. So
Yes,
let's do that.
yes, that is happening in the chat right now.
And remember, you can go vote on which one of us should be thrown out that airlock. So
Yeah.
And
We're
Ryan also says give Andrea Thompson screen time,
Yeah.
which
well,
well, what are you going to do? Okay, so we've done through our newbies. Let's go to our first ones. These are the guys who have seen the whole show. And let's go to Mike first. What do you want?
I still just want this to be my excuse to get to meet Bill Mooney.
I'm still
It's like
trying.
to see his fabulous Pez collection.
He's got that on Facebook. He posts that quite a bit. Kevin, what do you want?
Well, I'll be good. No,
Yeah.
I think it would be really awesome if we were able to interview a few more members of the surviving members of the cast.
Mhm.
We've already interviewed one. We've got one other on the schedule, but there's a couple more that I would really like to be able to have a nice conversation with, one in particular. So we'll see if we can make some of those happen.
Yeah, I will say that actually we have one crew member interview in the hopper, and we'll release that a little bit later on in season 2. And then we do have another cast member who is scheduled. So season 2 is going to be just as fun as season 1 in terms of the interviews. Blake, what do you want?
Oh, what do I want out of this? I'm just going to put it. I want to take our people back to the stars and get the reboot on CW in 23. How's that? Especially for the person that told us we plugged that too much. So there you go. We want the reboot and we want it in 23.
we want it now.
Yes.
I want
We have a
mine
real
too.
cash settlement. Is that what's
Yes.
going on?
Yes.
Reboot, and I want it now.
You're not wrong. I want them to drop the whole first season of the show, of the reboot, all at the same time. None of this week by week crap.
Here, here.
That's just because Mike's sick of putting up with all the rest of us.
Right.
He just wants to binge this and be done. Yes. And for me, I want to just continue to see this fandom grow and this community grow. Blake and I were actually recording an episode with a Dream Given Form podcast earlier today. And by earlier, I mean like it was 7 a.m. for Blake because they're in London. But we just talked about how amazing this community is and how some other sci-fi and fantasy shows, Kevin, that will go unnamed, have some fan bases that aren't as friendly. But the Babylon 5 community is just amazing. And I'm hopeful that, to Blake's point, it continues to grow. And if we do get the reboot, I think it's going to get even bigger. And it's just been so much fun working with all of you all through season 1 and just seeing this community grow. I think, it's I can't wait to see what happens next. Nicole has raised her hand like she's back in class. So Nicole,
I just
Now
wanted
her-
to pick sorry.
Okay.
I just wanted to piggyback off what you said, Scott. Me not being a sci-fi fan and never really diving into sci-fi before, I was a little nervous on, how like some hardcore fans and people would kind of take to us, especially like me and Jessi, who are just totally out of the loop. And everyone has been so kind and welcoming and friendly and awesome. And you hit the nail on the head when you said that this fan base is so just awesome and friendly. And it's really, really appreciated, especially being kind of a noob to the genre and a noob to the show. Like, it really warms my heart to know that everybody has just been so cool and friendly and welcoming. And it's really, really appreciated. And I had to say that because when you were speaking, it really just, I was thinking about that, about how, the first couple episodes, I was really nervous, which I would never let on because, I'm too cool. But I really was concerned because, sometimes some fan bases are not as friendly and they think, oh, you're a poser trying to come into our space. And, but I don't feel that vibe at all. So I just wanted to kind of reiterate what you were saying. And I just wanted to also, on behalf of me, and I don't want to speak for all the noobs, but I'm pretty sure I do speak for the noobs and say thank you for being on.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you for not jump gatekeeping.
Gatekeepers suck.
Jump gate. Mike, I don't know if it broke up for everybody, but he broke up for me. I think he said jump gate keeping.
Yes,
He
thank you.
did.
But
Kevin, you've
What a
now raised
chump.
your hand, my
Yeah.
child.
I've lamented many times how one fan base of a different sci-fi genre has become very toxic, and it's really refreshing to see that this fan base for Babylon 5 is not that way at all, in large part due to the fact that JMS's writing kind of lends itself to a more enlightened group of viewers. So I really gotta hats off to this fan base, because it's pretty amazing.
And not to beat around the bush, but we all know that Kevin is talking about the Time Tracks fan base.
Yes, they are rough. By the way,
It's the worst.
I freaking loved Time Tracks on PT.
Me too. Yeah, that's a good show.
Kung Fu: The Legend Continues with David Carradine and his.
buckle in, kids. Here we go. The next 15 minutes will be dedicated to
Member berries, member Highlander. Yeah, I remember Highlander.
Jesse, just take a break for a minute. Come back
Yep.
about 15. We'll be
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Uh,
we'll
Put
be back.
seatbelts
Jessi-
on your ears. Because you're going for
Jessi,
the ride of your
Shannon-
lives.
Shannon is checking out your chest. She says you have a nice shirt on.
Thank you,
So-
Shannon.
That was from
Which,
Shannon.
Scott, I have to do, because we have Andrew has changed his name to Film Boy on here. There was someone early on in the YouTube chat who wanted to agree with Andrew that you were wrong about 2001 Kubrick,
But I'm not.
and you're not. So Film Boy, someone actually agrees with you, but you're both still wrong. Kubrick just sucks, especially with source material.
This is
We're
the
out
only
there.
podcast I know that we talk about anything but what the podcast is theoretically about all the time.
And if you just watch
Just
Jesse's
go on a
reaction to that whole little
tangent?
side trip,
No, not us.
I warned you. I warned you.
Anything else you guys want to talk
Jesse's
about?
head just
Yeah, no, this is not the first time. It will not be we've got like 17 and a half more years of this shit.
I mean, we could always talk time travel again, Jesse.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, now back in. Let's do it.
Ryan says, Jesse, all you need to do is crack your knuckles and start talking about True Blood.
Yes. Thank you. See, this is why we like Ryan. You guys all make fun of us, but Ryan is the shit.
I'm not sure that's the only reason, Jesse.
Well, he has a great accent. I go listen. It's not a secret.
And
We
Aaron-
kind of want him to read us bedtime stories. Sorry.
I bet you do. I bet
And
you
Nicole doubles down.
You didn't hear the Dream Given Form guys today, so just wait. But Aaron, you say you have copies of Time Trek season 1, season 2. Send them my way. Let's see. And Gigasaurus Games says also Kubrick violated copyright law with his soundtrack. Well,
Oh,
Kubrick
Jesus.
just doesn't care.
You guys
so.
stop picking on Andrew.
That's what I'm
He's-
saying.
I'm not picking on
sensitive.
Andrew. I'm picking on
Kubrick's an
Stanley
artist,
Kubrick.
man.
Right. Every time you mention this man's name, Andrew's head explodes. So
Okay, let's keep going here. So, what we do on every episode is we talk about first impressions of the episode itself. Of course, we have done that for all 22 episodes plus The Gathering so far. But let's go ahead and get our impressions of season 1 and realize we're already a little bit over the time. So, Nicole, I'm looking at you. Just impressions.
Oh, right. Hold on.
Just
Because it's her
impressions.
fault. We talked about time treks and whatever other shit we're going to talk about.
Thank you, John.
Let's go the opposite direction here. Although Nicole raised her hand, so I don't know if. What was that? Okay. Nicole, first impressions of
Okay.
season 1.
So obviously, it started out a little slow. The CGI was pretty rough. One thing I will say, consistent all the way through, the music has matched the tone. I'm really into noticing music in shows, and the music has been spot on for the whole show. That's just a side note. But overall, obviously, we had the complaints at the beginning, but once it ramped up, I mean, it was like my head was the exploding head emoji as we've gone on. So overall, my impressions are really, really good. I'm really glad that I stuck around. I'm kind of sort of in love with the show now. And it's just from the first episode to the last, it's just improved greatly and gotten so much more exciting. And it's really drawn you in. And I just really appreciate the way that JMS really, gives you a little, but then leads you a little bit more, and gives you a little, then leads you a little bit more. So it's been kind of like a back and forth dance, and it's been a good one.
Mega says first impression. This is not Star Trek. Agreed, Mega.
Welcome,
John.
Mega.
First impressions.
Well, so like most shows, the first season is a bit uneven, a bit rough. A lot of times you're trying to find your rhythm, both as a writer and a performer and whatnot. We've talked on here a few times. Scott, you've mentioned that JMS had it all plotted out, and that the production order didn't necessarily match the air order. So you felt that a lot more in season 1. I think there was a lot of, like I said, unevenness to it. That being said, though, there were a lot of good tracks laid that have me excited for seasons 2 through 5. Obviously, if it was just a Londo show, I would be okay with that. I am hoping there's still a spinoff. Perhaps if we ever get to talk to Peter, I can just ask him flat out if he would just create that spinoff, because he'd just take all my money. But to Nicole's point as well, obviously, when I first watched it, I thought, shit, here comes another cheesy 90s sci-fi show that I'm going to hate. And it's going to have all these hacky tropes, which is why I didn't watch a lot of it at the time. And that was true for some episodes, but very quickly, I should say very quickly, probably about the middle of the season, it started to get a little bit smoother. And now, as you mentioned, we're 2 episodes into season 2, and it's really starting to really get going. And so if I did have to go back and rewatch, I would probably pick and choose a handful of episodes from season 1 and call it a wrap. I probably would not rewatch all of season 1. But there's a lot of other shows that I really love that the first seasons are rough in, and I don't tend to really go back and watch as well. So it's not that unusual.
Let's go to Film Boy, Andrew.
Yeah, so as much as I like the first season, it is pretty rough. As I've said before, one of my favorite shows is Star Trek, the original series. So this first season definitely felt a lot like that. But no, well, then the episodes that stuck out, like really stuck out, like episodes like Sky Full of Stars, Signs and Portents, and now probably most recently Chrysalis. Yeah, I'm also really excited to get further into the show and see what happens.
Jessi, first impressions.
Ooh, it was rough. Let's see. The first, I don't know how many, 8, 9 episodes, I was just like questioning life choices. But then we hit Signs and Portents, and it was everything that everybody promised it would start to be. And I think from that moment on, it was really good, except TKO. I don't care what Jeff from the Babylon First podcast says. That is a terrible episode, and I will stay with it. I definitely enjoy it now as I'm starting to watch the second episode or second season. I'm enjoying it, and I'm putting pieces together, and I'm starting to have questions, because I think if you notice, for most of the first season, I was like totally uninvested, I think, and my brain wasn't like putting pieces together. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Justin, first impressions.
I mean, I think I'm kind of on the same wavelength that going back and rewatching it later, I think I'll probably just pick a handful of episodes out and watch those. It's a lot like the habit of following sports teams of, when they're good, they're really good. When they're bad, they're really bad. And Blake and Kevin have been trying to get me to watch this damn show for about 20 years. And it took getting involved with you lovable bastards for me to finally sit down and watch it. And I have no regrets, honestly. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be here. I'm loving the show. But yeah, I mean, probably about half of the first season, I would probably just cut it and set it aside. And then follow, Signs and Portents and, Quality of Mercy, I think is a great episode. That's one that I really latched onto, and a handful of others, and then just continue on into season 2. So overall, I mean, I give it a solid C in terms of an overall grade for the season. But honestly, I'm just completely stoked for the future and kind of see where things go.
Justin, Ryan says that you were turned on by the politics from the start, and I agree with that.
Oh, very true. Yeah, honestly, that's the way my brain typically goes, being an old kind of West Wing fan and a lot of those kind of political dramas from back in the day. So yeah, absolutely. That's kind of, it's still my focus. That's still kind of what I watch for, is the little political breadcrumbs that get dropped everywhere. So I love it.
Emily, first impressions.
Sorry, I'm distracted by whatever Jessie's doing.
Sorry.
She's trying to show off her Narn hub.
No, last time I did that, I did show off my Narn hub. I was trying to not.
I thought that was Emily who showed off her Narn hub.
It was.
That was me.
It happens quite frequently.
That's why we don't put videos out a lot, guys.
Yes, clearly.
Yeah, sure.
Thought we were gonna get that toe. What a bum.
Damn it. We're done. I'm quitting. Hey guys, thanks so much for supporting me from the first season, but I'm gonna just see myself out now.
Emily, first impressions.
Okay. So I wasn't sure at first about doing this whole thing, but since I love DS9 and Scott's like, well, if you love DS9, you'll love this. And fuck him, he was right. So even the bad episodes, I still watch the shit episodes of DS9, so I'll have no problem rewatching some of the crappier ones of this. Bam.
DS5?
Yes, DS5.
Sigh. Blake, first impressions on season 1.
So season 1, I mean, it does have its rough spots. I don't think we can deny that. It's definitely got some points in it. And kind of like you, Scott, and you've mentioned it multiple times, when we do rewatches, I skip around season 1 quite a bit. I think this is the first time I have actually watched season 1 in its entirety in a long time. Because TKO is just hard to watch. But there's a few others in there that are equally as difficult. But it's also got probably one of my favorite episodes in it, which is Parliament of Dreams. So season 1 really does have some solid high points to go along with it.
Kevin, first impressions.
I think that, as far as 90s sci-fi shows go, that's kind of a, common theme, that the first season can be a little bit rough, but in having watched this all the way through now, I don't think it's quite as rough as a couple others that I could think of. TNG is almost unwatchable in the first season, and I would not put this in that category. There's some episodes of this I don't care for, but there's a couple that I really do, like Eyes, for example, and Signs and Portents, and a couple others I could rattle off. But you can really tell that when you watch season 2 that the production value gets significantly better, and some of the writing gets a little bit tighter. So I'm really looking forward to watching season 2, but I don't dislike season 1 as much as I remember. I've got a new fondness for it based on all the conversations we've had on it.
And Mike, first impressions.
Yeah, I think I've said this before on the podcast, but I kind of feel like I'm somewhere between the newbies and the first ones, because I've seen the show before, but I think really just once. And so this has been kind of an experience for me to go back and do a rewatch, and I've enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. The thing that stands out to me is that when I have nitpicks about season one, it most often has to do with things like production value and maybe some of the guest acting, especially. Whereas the writing tends to be really solid in a lot of cases. And the thing that really gets me is that the writing continues to resonate even today. A lot of the overarching themes, you've heard us talk about it on the pod over this last season. Just things that happened in the show are still relevant today, 30 years later, which is just wild to me. And so I've really enjoyed this experience so far, and I'm excited to keep going.
Yeah, and you guys hit on all my points, so I won't belabor the point. I will say though that I've got a new appreciation of season one as well too, and I probably won't watch it all again for a while, but now I know it's not as, a problem as I thought it was. Bring on season two. So,
Scott, just real quick before we move on, I want to circle back to something Ryan put in the chat from Yum Yum. On season one also has the balls to give us some truly challenging episodes like Believers, and we hit on that. I mean,
yes,
I think that's the one where we said that was kind of the statement of this show isn't Star Trek. It's going to challenge some things and do things in a way that, is more humanizing, really. It makes a lot of this with the stakes more real. You don't have the easy resolution at the end of the episode where everyone wins. So this was a very different show from the start, and it's because of episodes like that in season one.
Yeah, and actually that really good segue. Oh, was somebody else going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to chime in. Something I mentioned before too, like to that point, the serialization of it obviously makes it unique for its time. And then, now I think we take it for granted, but it's not the episode of the week, right? It's not the standard. We start, there's a problem, we're working on it, we resolved it, happy ending, next episode. And that, to be honest, that's what kept me going through season one, because had it been just that, just another sci-fi version of that, I would have been out way early. But because it was serialized and had stories that carried over, and you had to pay attention, and not everything got wrapped up with a nice little bow, that, that really helped keep it going.
So let's play a little game. Over the past several months on our Twitter account, we've been doing a tournament for season one episodes to see which episode was the fan favorite. And it was close on a lot of these. But before I show you what happened on Twitter, we're going to do our own bracket. Now, the newbies stay off Twitter as much as possible for the most of them, so they haven't really seen what happened with the bracket for the most part. So here's how we're going to do this, guys. I have put together a bracket. I'm going to show you it here in a moment. For every round, we're going to give each of you one vote. Winner takes all. First ones we will vote as well too. To make this a little bit more interesting, one time for the entire tournament, you will get an extra put my finger on the scale vote. So for one time during the tournament, each person will get 2 votes instead of 1. Okay, not per round, one time in the tournament. So it's going to have to be an important one. But if you got your episode that's just dangling by a thread, you can give it an extra vote and get it over the edge. So how we did this, I'm going to go ahead and share this now. There's no audio, so we should be okay.
I can't hear it. So
Hey, Steve, I can't hear anything. Yeah.
Oh, shut up. Okay, so how we got to this bracket. The Lurker's Guide has been around since day one of Babylon 5, or at least close to day one. And they have been taking votes. Well, I don't think they do it anymore, but for most of the 90s, they've been taking votes. And they call it the P5 scale. And the P5 scale is between 0 and 10. A 10 is a perfect episode. A 0 is, well, not a perfect episode. And I took all of the scores for the P5 for season 1 and came up with our bracket. So first off, just to show you, the number 1 P5 scaled episode is Chrysalis, followed by Signs and Portents and The Sky Full of Stars, Babylon Squared, A Voice in the Wilderness Part 2, I believe. Yeah, part 1 actually. A Voice in the Wilderness part 1. A Voice in the Wilderness part 2, which I think actually those were bracketed together, but I broke them up. Mind War, Deathwalker, Eyes, Parliament of Dreams, Legacies, By Any Means Necessary, Believers, Survivors, Grail, Quality of Mercy, Soul Hunter, Midnight on the Firing Line, The War Prayer, Born to the Purple, and our last 2, number 21, TKO, and number 22, sorry, Marshall Teague, Infection. So I put these into a little bracket maker,
Ridiculous.
and here we go. So
Born
our
to the
first
Purple is
round.
way too low.
Well,
That's
we
actually
can,
what I was about to say. Is like John's
Yeah.
going to put his finger on Born to the Purple.
well,
Way
let's
too
see
low.
how this goes.
Way
Let's
too
see how
low.
this goes. You guys are in control of the vote. And those in the chat, tell us how these guys are wrong as we go too, okay? So, and also, by the way, we got 51 people watching this right now, but only 26 likes. So hit that like button. Okay, let's go with round 1 first, guys. In the first bracket round, we have number 17 seed, Soul Hunter, and number 16 seed, Quality of Mercy. Who wants to do first a plug for Soul Hunter? Who wants to say why Soul Hunter should win this round?
I mean, it was the episode that truly showed the depravity of this cast of characters that we have as the infamous butthole episode of Babylon 5. So I think for that right there, that's about the only intro we can give to Soul Hunter.
That is true. It is the butthole episode. And if you haven't listened or watched season 1 of our shows, Soul Hunter's a doozy. How about Quality of Mercy? Anyone want to throw in for Quality of Mercy? This is
I
not your
do.
votes. This is just talking
Yeah,
about it. Go
I
ahead,
do.
Nicole.
I do. This gave us such wonderful quotes, such as touch this and stroke off. We learned about spacing. And this was an awesome episode.
Yeah,
Andrew
Londo
had
and
some-
Lanier.
Oh.
Come on, that's a good pairing. That's a win in of itself.
And Andrew, you had something you wanted to add too. I think I see where this is going.
Yeah, we get to see Londo's peen. So I mean it's gotta
Leave it to the Gen Zer to not
Right.
worry about anything but dicks.
Hands down, that wins.
It's all
because of
about
me.
the dicks. Okay, so let's go through and do a quick vote. Are we ready for Soul Hunter and Quality of Mercy? Let's go ahead and I'm going to pull up the chat because it's going to be easier than going through all of you guys. Okay, everyone in the chat right now, in our chat, the Zoom chat, put your vote and I'll count them up.
help if I turn my keyboard on.
Right.
1, 2 for Quality of Mercy, 3 for Quality of Mercy, 4 for Quality of Mercy, 5 Quality of Mercy, 6 Quality of Mercy, 7 Quality of Mercy, 8. Oh, Emily got 1 for Soul Hunter.
One person.
I'm going to
voted for
put
Soul
my
Hunter.
vote for Soul Hunter as well too. So 8-2, Quality of Mercy moves on and it will face Chrysalis in round 2.
Oh,
Let's keep going. 21,
Shit.
Jesse's favorite episode, TKO versus
Absolutely not.
By Any Means Necessary at 12. Anyone want to step up for TKO? And Jeff's not here. So anyone else want to step up for TKO?
Yeah, man, it's Bloodfort in space. I actually like this episode.
MMA and Shiva. Like, why wouldn't you like it?
Yeah.
Wasn't this stroke off? What was the line coming out of this one?
Yeah, that's right. Struck off.
Wasn't it?
The
Yeah.
big line, the
Was
big
this
line
one
coming
struck
out of
off?
this one that we can actually point out to you guys now. The big line was when he said, "Watch your back, Garibaldi. Watch your back."
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Catch that one.
Listen. Steve, stop trying to make TKO a thing. It's not gonna happen. Okay?
Honestly, though,
No
I
one's
will
going to talk
support
about
TKO.
Ivanova. Go ahead, Justin.
I will support TKO just because I want to watch the world burn. Carry on.
We
There
have
is some
several people in the
TKO love
chat.
in the YouTube.
Yes, we have several people in the chat loving TKO.
Oh,
Anyone want
no.
to talk about By Any Means Necessary?
This one was good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really enjoy that one.
Can you guys remind me? Here's the problem with not.
It's a
keeping
union
notes.
one.
This is the
Thank
union
you.
episode.
Yeah, this
you.
is the worker strike one.
Okay.
Okay, I don't see anyone else talking, so let's go ahead and do our votes in the chat. TKO or By Any Means Necessary. I got 1 for By Any Means, 2, 3. Oh, I got 3, 4, 5 for By Any Means, and TKO has 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my other vote? 1, 2. Oh, bam. John put "bam" or "bam" in the chat, and it threw me off. So I was like, somebody didn't vote, but no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 for any means necessary, or by any means necessary. My vote does not count because I couldn't win if I tried, but we're going to do 4 for TKO and 6 for by any
There are
means
4
necessary.
people on this podcast that are absolutely wrong.
Goodbye, TKO.
Jessi, I couldn't agree more.
I
Or
apologize
are
to
there
Jeff.
6 that are wrong?
Okay,
No.
here
Yeah,
comes.
I mean,
Here comes. Oh, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
the thing is about By Any Means Necessary is a decent episode. All of the
Right.
plots are fine. TKO has like an okay A plot and a fucking slamming B plot.
Which ones are we talking about? The MMA scenes?
That's
Yeah.
TKO.
The MMA part is the A plot, which it's
That's
it's
what I was
okay,
wondering.
but-
The
Okay,
B plot is
It's
is
the Ivanova
It's
plot.
Shiva, and
Yeah.
I'll
and it's
give
so
you that.
good.
Yeah,
this
The
is all-
character development of her was
Yeah.
Agreed.
awesome. I loved it.
This
agree
is
with that.
all great, but it died already. So let's move on. Okay. Here comes what I think is our first
Sorry,
one
Daddy.
that may. Here, that's Kevin. Here comes the first one that I think may be
Oh.
close. So at 13, Believers, and at 20, Born to the Purple. John, tell us why you're going to vote for Born to the Purple.
First of all, I mean, what's not to love? Okay, it's a Lando specific episode, so it's always going to get my vote. He basically hooks up with a stripper, already getting my vote. He talks about this is the one where I think he talks about his wives, right? He laments his multiple wives. I mean, just all around a fantastic episode, specifically because it's Lando. I'll stop because I feel like if I have to defend it anymore, I've lost all faith in the rest of this crew.
If John could be a B5 episode, he would be Born to the Purple.
Yes, he would.
Agreed.
Anyone want to step up for Believers and
Hell
Creepy
no.
Dr. Franklin?
Hell no.
Nobody?
I mean, I'm voting for it because I think it's a really good premise. It's a really thought-provoking premise.
It's just a really hard episode to watch.
This
but
is the dead
yeah.
kid.
it
Yeah.
is
That's what makes
really
it good, though.
It's yes, absolutely. It's a very good episode, and it's a great episode. It's just it's like the Joker film. You don't walk away feeling good about it.
No.
Is it good? Can we agree Franklin sucks? Why do you guys keep trying to make Franklin awesome? He sucks.
I didn't say Franklin was
Oh, I didn't
awesome.
say
I said
that,
the
yeah.
episode was good.
Franklin didn't kill the kid either,
Franklin's
by the way.
a
So we're just
POS
gonna
in this
move on from this.
episode.
I'm going to say for me that it's a close one. But again, going back to what was said before, Believers was the first one to show us that Babylon 5 is going to do something different. You're not going to have the happy ending at the end. You're not going to be TNG, which is what this was competing with for the most part at this point. So I'm going to vote for Believers. Let's put it in the chat, though. In the chat, throw it out there. Who's voting for what? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 votes for Believers, 1 vote for Believers, Justin. And I've got hold on, has everyone voted yet? Kevin was slow on the vote uptake. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This was a tough
4,
one for me.
5, 6. Okay, I got 6 for Believers, 7 with mine, and 3 for Born to the Purple. So Believers.
This was an easy vote. I voted for Believers just to annoy John at this point.
Kevin, I thought you hated this episode, Kevin. You said you hated this episode.
No. I think it's a fantastic episode. I don't like watching it. It's
Gotcha.
kind of like Schindler's List. I don't want to
Yeah,
watch it
that's true.
again, but it's a fantastic
Right.
movie.
Saying it right
I
now.
get to live.
Kangaroo Court. We're throwing this whole bracket out. It's bananas.
Use your vote
election.
then.
Yeah, see if you really
Exact-
believed in it, you
Yeah.
throw your extra vote
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, throw your
Well,
extra
but
vote away for it,
Throw
please.
your
Right,
other
I
one
was
away,
saying.
too.
Yeah, no.
Okay, let's keep on moving. Next one, 19, The War Prayer. 14, Survivors. Anyone want to speak up for War Prayer?
Which one was that?
War Prayer
War
was
Prayer.
with Delin and the poet. And the
Oh,
supremacists.
Space Nazis.
Yes.
Space
And
Nazis.
then
that's right.
Lando and the weird Romeo and Juliet story that
Yes, that was the same one. And then Survivors was
This was a-
Survivors was the one of the worst actors to join Babylon 5. at this
Yeah, but
point.
it was a good Ivanova episode. She had some great lines in this
That's
one.
true.
Well,
So-
and if we'll remember something John pointed out, Survivors is where we learned Garibaldi's middle name is Alfredo.
Oh yeah.
damn. Exactly.
Well, Survivor's the one
Which-
that was all about like I have presidential authority.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one.
DARPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
her.
and-
She was awful.
Drinking again, Uncle Mike.
I hope
Drinking
you
again.
resist. I
Uh-huh.
hope you resist. That was the best line of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Okay, people are already voting, so throw your votes in the chat. I've got
All of
one,
these episodes are terrible.
2, 3. Well, that's why they're the buy-in round, sir. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but you threw in Born to the
4.
Purple with the slot, and I
Dude,
can't.
I didn't vote for it. I
Yeah.
wasn't on the lurkers guide at that time.
Yeah.
So Jesse, which one did you vote for here?
Survivor.
Ryan's trolling Jessi now. War Prayer had Jesse's favorite thing is sexy Aussie.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ryan has your number there.
Girl.
Oh, it's true.
Oh, is this a tie? I got 1,
I think
2,
so. Yeah.
3,
Right.
4, 5 for survivors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. There's too many votes in here. What is going on? I have 10
cheating,
votes and I haven't
fucker.
voted yet.
Or is
He told
somebody?
Arizona and voted twice. Come on.
I see 5
Well,
to
I mean,
4.
Is it, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 war prayer. 1, 2, 3, 4 survivors. Okay, I got you now.
Here
Does
you go,
anyone
Scott.
want to, before I vote, does anyone want to put their hand on the scale and help out
Nobody-
survivors? It's right now 5 to 4.
Oh.
I do.
Oh,
Nicole's got it.
Okay.
Oh,
What? Who? You're wasting it on this turd sandwich?
Yeah,
What
I
is
don't
going
care
on?
about either of these episodes.
Yeah.
Better than more prayer.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
God.
Nicole, are you putting another vote for survivors?
Let's do it.
So it's 5 to 5. I get to break the tie unless somebody else wants to put their finger on it. Anybody?
If you
I
make
just-
me
I'm
waste
not
my
burning
votes,
my shit
Scott.
on this.
You know
No.
what, Nicole? Nicole, you did not waste your vote. I agree with you.
Woo!
I think Survivors gives us more info on Garibaldi, and that's important to us down the road. And you guys have already kind of seen that. And honestly,
his middle
between Film Boy, shush. And honestly, War Prayer is a decent episode, but it doesn't really stick with me. So it's gonna be a 6
Yeah.
to 5, and yes, that is 11 votes, but it's because Nicole used her special.
And you know I love Garibaldi. He's my dude.
The
Oh, yeah, so
YouTubers are claiming that they should get to break the tie.
Ryan says Survivors was
Oh.
his least favorite episode of season 1. I'm sorry.
I remember that. I remember he said that.
Shannon says poll the chat. No, I can't even get the count right in our chat, let alone yours.
Right.
So that's not happening.
Can we just
Okay.
skip this one and go on? We don't even need to
Moving
talk about
right.
infection.
Okay. Do we want to do by acclamation on this one? Okay. Legacies at
Legacies.
11. Infection
Yes.
at 22. Does anyone want to
Yeah.
vote for infection?
Yeah, because screw you guys.
Put your
You're
stupid
not
hand
voting
down.
for
Screwed
infection.
up, yeah. Yeah, you screwed over Born to
Ikara!
the Purple.
Put your
Ikara!
dumb
I'm going to vote for
hand
infection because of one thing and one thing only. Marshall fucking Teague. That guy is amazing. I love him to death. And Marshall, we will see you again at Gray 17 sooner or later. All right. So anyone else want to vote for infection but me and John?
Yeah, screw
All right.
you guys.
We got
I'll
a vote
vote
of
for it.
8. Oh, who was that? Emily?
Yeah.
We got a vote of 7 to 3 for Legacies. Legacies moves on, and Infection says goodbye. Last one of the first round, number 15, Grail, with our good friend Tom Booker, and 18, Midnight on the Firing Line, the first episode of season
Sorry,
1.
Tom.
Anyone want to step up for Midnight on the Firing Line first?
Yeah, because it's not Grail, and Grail sucks.
I liked Grail.
Nicole,
It was
liked
better
Grail?
than I thought.
I teared up at the end of Grail. Okay, I really liked that episode.
You know what? I have said this before, and I said it on the Tom Booker interview. I think Grail, for some reason, I can't tell you why. Maybe it's because of Tom's Jinxo performance. I think Grail sticks with me more as a kid than any other episode of season 1.
Absolutely.
So I'm
Dude.
going to vote for Grail.
I really
A guy
We also
gets-
got-
Surreal.
We also got No Boom Today in Grail.
Yes,
Yes.
No Boom Today. Which, by
Listen.
the way, you can buy that shirt at Redbubble. Search Gray 17 Podcast. Link is down below.
You know what else you got? You got a guy who got shot in the shoulder and immediately knew he was going to die.
Exactly.
That
I
episode
cannot
sucked.
vote. I cannot vote for Grail because if I do that, it's acknowledging that the PPG is the most stupid weapon in sci-fi other than a lightsaber.
Oh, here we go.
Don't talk shit
Buckle
about
in,
lightsabers.
kids.
Fired.
Don't
Shots
talk shit about
fired.
Fighting
lightsabers.
I
words, sir.
freaking quit. Bye.
Everybody.
I'll stab you
Okay,
with a lightsaber.
Let's see.
Right?
Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for midnight. Oh my goodness. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Grail. Anyone want to make this tie go away? Nicole, you can't. You've already given up your 1. Anyone want to make this tie go away? It is now currently 5
Don't
to
be
5.
YouTube.
I'm going to hand this to Ryan and YouTube, who says Duck Dodgers should win.
Duck Dodgers?
You guys are Chronicles of Ridiculous. Grail sucks ass. I
You
don't
know what's
what
going to
you guys
happen
are
here, guys? I'm doing it right now. I'm going to break the seal on this one. 6 to 5.
Yeah.
Jinxo moves forward. I use my vote.
All right.
Long
Jinxo
live
moves
Jinxo.
We are done with round 1, and already people hate us. Moving on to round 2. And here comes the heavy hitters, those who got the bye in the first round. First one, number 1 is Chrysalis. Chrysalis versus number 16, Quality of Mercy. Anyone want to step up for Quality of Mercy over Chrysalis?
No.
There's no comparison.
I mean,
comparison.
the only thing with Quality of Mercy is it did give us the machine that reminds me of my ex-wife. It just sucks the soul out of you.
She's
But
now
my
going to
vote-
not subscribe.
Oh, who cares?
I had listen. I had
honestly, she never did. So I'm
She never
I'm still
sucked
going
the
to
soul
vote
out
for
of you?
Chrysalis.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh, God, no.
whoa.
Can I
Have
get
you not,
can-
John? The word divorced
Oh God.
is important there.
Abort.
Can I go
abort,
ahead?
abort.
Can I go ahead and get a vote of
Sometimes.
acclamation for Chrysalis? Does
Yes.
anyone?
So moved.
Yes.
Agree.
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
Yeah.
Chrysalis,
I
10.
don't-
Quality
vote
of
of
Mercy,
acclamation.
0.
You gotta
What?
find the lady that'll suck the soul out of you. Apparently,
God damn it! I said abort.
you don't have to
Okay.
abort if you're sucking the soul out of you.
Oh my
Yum
god.
Yums. Ryan says get her on the podcast.
No,
Right.
And
absolutely.
I'm assuming he
not.
means
I
I'm
will
assuming he means
quit
Justin's
this
starter
second.
wife.
No, Ryan, if
Damn
that's
it.
what you mean, we do not want that. Trust those of us who met her.
Giga points out Chrysalis, a brief moment of joy followed by everything going wrong.
Yes.
It's about right.
That is accurate.
Talking about our podcast.
You're right. John was not on the first episode. So you are 100% correct. Okay, moving right along. Number 9, Eyes versus number 8, Deathwalker.
This is a tough one. I
Yeah,
think.
this is
Yeah.
Deathwalker.
I'm gonna go with eyes. I gotta go with
Eyes.
eyes.
Yeah.
I think eyes.
Deathwalker.
Yeah.
Anyone want to
Eyes.
anyone want to talk it up? Say why you're voting for Eyes?
It's better
William.
than Deathwalker.
Thank you, Andrew. that
Got my
quality
vote.
analysis brought to you by Andrew. It's better.
Because of Jeffrey Combs, that's why.
There
Yeah.
you go. My boy
Nah.
Wayoon.
And Gregory Paul Martin and the absolute
Yeah.
immeasurable gravitas with which he delivered every line.
I'm voting Deathwalker.
Of course you are,
Deathwalker?
because I voted eyes.
That
You know
will
what?
be
I
all,
see how this is.
mister.
Well,
No,
since
I
it looks like
legitimately enjoy
Okay, go ahead.
Deathwalker. I enjoy Deathwalker more than Eyes. Deathwalker. I mean, again, neither one of these is in my top 10, but of the two, I mean, I enjoy Deathwalker's
Wow.
story, and
The YouTube chat is
Yeah.
turning against us on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
See, I
Yeah.
hate to agree with John, but I do.
Yeah.
Deathwalker
You know
gave
what?
us one of the more
It hurts,
interesting
doesn't
villains
it?
of the season.
Sarah
I think-
Douglas was very good in that episode, but I think Eyes blows
I-
that episode.
I was
out of the
fascinated
water.
by her character.
I'm going to say the same thing kind of I said with Believers, and that Eyes is another one of those episodes that tells you that you're not watching a normal sci-fi show. Season 1 was not very serialized, but throughout season 1, we kept being told that Sinclair's going to have to pay for what he's done. Sinclair's going to have to deal with what he's done. And we find out our good friend Bester was the one who made him pay
Mhm.
in Eyes. So
Yeah.
it's telling us that what you watch in this season and moving on in the show does matter. So I vote for Eyes as well too. So it's going to be 8-2. Eyes
Yeah,
over
buddy.
Man, we're
Deathwalker.
gonna lose some listeners over that one.
That's right.
Look at
John, I
it.
got you.
The stream,
We
the
just want
stream,
the
the
listeners
stream
yet.
watch just dropped.
Yeah, exactly.
there's not a lot of Natoth episodes, man. You guys are screwing this up.
Yes. Okay, let's move on to number 5, A Voice in the Wilderness, Part 1. Now remember, guys, we did watch this as one episode, but it's 2 episodes we're talking about here. A Voice in the Wilderness Part 1 versus By Any Means Necessary, which made it through the first round. Anyone
Okay,
want to talk
so-
up A Voice in the Wilderness Part 1?
So timeout was that at what point did part 1 end? When they went down
Right
to
before,
the planet?
no, it ended right before the Earth Alliance ship came through the jump gate. Remember, Garibaldi was
Right,
told something's
okay.
coming through the jump gate, and then it stopped.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, part 1 kind of stunk. I think I might
It's
vote for By
hard.
Any
A
Means
little
Necessary.
slow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 I
I'm
gotta
going
go with
by-
by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Is anyone voting for Voice in the Wilderness, or is it acclamation? Okay, we got a
Acclamation.
0 to 10. Oh, Mike, you.
I would vote for A Voice in the Wilderness because I like space mysteries.
Yeah, that's. And you mentioned for science, the character who's going to do anything for science.
Yeah.
And that's where we got the Babylon 5 mantra.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Ivanova's always right. Ivanova's
Mhm.
God.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so we going with 9 to 1, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Moving right along. Oh, here we go. Number
Mm.
13,
Mm.
Believers versus number 4, Babylon Squared.
No contest.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Babylon
Yeah.
Squared.
Yeah,
100%.
Babylon Squared.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyone want to say Believers?
John.
Okay.
Well, I might vote for it just because it beat Born to the Purple, so you got to hope that it goes on to win the championship.
Well, I can tell you it's not. So would you like to
Right.
vote for it or not?
No.
No.
Okay,
Okay,
0 to 10.
Morocco.
See,
Babylon
we took out 2
Squared.
crappy episodes with one move.
Right.
Woo! Okay, this one I think is going to be not that close either. And The Sky Full of Stars at number 3 versus number 14, Survivors.
Yeah.
Sky Full of Stars.
The Sky Full of Stars is when we go into Sinclair's mind and learn about the Battle of the Line, kinda.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good one.
yeah,
Sky
yeah.
full of stars.
Well, Nicole, what did you call those guys? Like blonde
Oh.
dickhead number 1 and
Oh,
Blonde fuck one.
Blonde
Yeah,
fuck
blonde
one and
fuck.
blonde fuck
Yes.
two.
One and blonde fuck two.
yep.
Which, by the way, Blonde Fuck 2 was from the Wrath of Khan. So,
Hans
Right.
and Franz.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which
just went back to
surprisingly,
my
after
notes.
this episode, our views in Germany skyrocketed.
I know. Welcome, Alexander.
Yay.
Oh, Alexander, we love you.
Anybody want to
Yeah.
vote for Survivors?
no.
No.
No, stars.
It's going to be a 10 to 1, or 10 to 0,
Woo,
acclamation.
buddy. It's getting close
I
here.
can't type. There we go. 10 to 0. Sky Full of Stars. Okay. Number 11, which made it for round 1 after beating Infection, Legacies versus A Voice in the Wilderness Part 2,
Mm.
Those.
which is
Voice
everything
in the World.
withdrawal.
Yeah. Voice in the Wilderness
that's-
Part
I would
2.
go Voice in the Wilderness
Yeah.
Part
Yeah.
2 because it was the stronger half of that.
Yeah.
Does
Right,
anyone want to
agreed.
vote for Legacies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think I
you're
do.
voting for Naroon, aren't you? It's all about
Yeah.
Naroon.
Hey, I think.
Daloon? You mean Daloon?
Balloon. God damn it.
Yeah, Naroon episode. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I liked it better.
I
too.
like Naroon, but I think part 2 was definitely better.
Mike, go ahead. You've been trying for a while.
What?
You were going to say something, right?
No, I just like Legacies better.
Mhm.
Okay, so who's voting for Legacies? I got Kevin and Mike.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for Voice in the Wilderness as well, so it's going to be 2 to 8. And a reminder, not that it would have mattered there, everyone but myself and Nicole still have their finger on the scale button. Okay. Number 7, Mind War versus 10, Parliament of Dreams.
That's a
Who
tough
wants
one.
to talk up Mind
Yeah.
War?
Which one is Parliament of Dreams?
That is the one that ends with the scene where Sinclair points out all the human religions. It
Oh,
also
yeah.
gives us
Yeah.
Londo being stunning in purple, and it gives us
Yeah.
Emily's wedding scene.
Yes. I gotta go with
Oh,
Parliament
yes.
of Dreams on this one. This
Yeah,
me
is a
too.
good episode.
But then
Yeah.
Mind War introduces us to the
Alfred
Psych War.
Bester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Buster's a dickwad,
Yeah, it
so
does have-
Bester
Very
is a
true.
dickwad, but I'm talking about importance of the episode.
And
I'm
you
gonna
know
have to go
what?
Mind War.
I think
Okay.
surely by how
I
many
think, yeah, I'm
times you
changing
guys
Mind
say,
War.
you guys said how many times that he became all over himself. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
that should get a vote.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Dylan and Sinclair getting secretly married is kind of a big deal.
Okay, so this one seems to be kind of close. So throw it in the chat.
Okay.
Vote in the chat, guys. I've got 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 for Mind War, 2 for Dreams, 3 for Dreams, 4 for Dreams, 5 for Dreams, and 3 for Mind War, which means somebody hasn't voted yet. Oh no, 4 for Mind
There's
War,
four.
Yep. So I got 4 and 5. Ah, man.
Is it a tie again?
I don't know. Yes, I'm going to vote for Mind War. I
I'm
really
using
am
my
because,
extra vote. Fuck mine.
Okay.
More.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
No,
Thank
I'm
you.
using my extra vote.
Wait.
Get
What
it,
if someone
Jessi.
uses?
Nope.
What if
Okay, so
someone
how
uses
many-
their extra
'cause I
vote
was
for
about-
Mind War?
I was
That's what I
about
just
to
said.
use mine for Mind War. So
Are
where,
you really
how
going to
many-
burn all
how
your
many
votes on
extra
this?
votes are we using?
I
Hold on,
use
time
one
out.
for Parliament.
Okay, so let me get this.
Mike just
Okay,
used-
so it was timeout, Andrew. 1 second, real quick here. So we were at 5 for 5. Jessi just used hers for Parliament. Anyone else?
Yes,
Mike
just
said
used
he
mine
used
for-
his for Mind War.
Okay, so we're at 6 to 6.
So it's 6-6.
Damn it, Andrew, get it together.
Andrew,
I'll use mine for Mind War.
Yes.
Damn it.
all right.
I'm,
Yes.
damn it, I'm putting mine on Parliament.
Jesse got excited and then got ticked off. At the
Jesse
same
got
time.
koshed, is what happened.
You know what?
It's
I'm
Scott,
gonna tell you
bullshit.
guys, I'm quitting again.
I got you, Blake.
thank
I
you.
got you, Blake. 7 to
Hey!
7. Is that
All right,
everybody, or is anyone
Blake.
else going to tip their scales?
Oh my God. What?
Okay,
Anybody?
All
here's
right,
what we're going
fine.
to do. Anybody
Wait,
else?
Blow
Okay,
mine for
Justin.
Mind War.
Justin goes Mind War.
I still have mine left, but
And the YouTube
yeah.
channel.
Let YouTube decide
Well,
on the
YouTube
Well, hold
is
on, no.
favoring Mind War.
Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. If we get to ties once everyone's burned through their one, we'll go to YouTube. But I want to see you guys burn their stuff. So
We can't let
Anybody
Mind War
else?
win. Somebody please use theirs.
Right.
No.
Come on,
I
Mike.
still have
All
mine.
right,
Emily,
I'll do it.
please.
Yes,
Thank you,
Kevin.
Kevin. burning
I'm
it for
so
Parliament of
disappointed in
Dreams.
you, Kevin.
This is-
Okay, we are at 8
We gotta
to
disagree
8.
once in a while, buddy.
Timeout.
This
Does
is
anyone
ridiculous.
does anyone still have
Emily
their vote?
still has hers.
Yes.
Emily.
Has her
So
vote
have
and
mine.
John. Emily or John, are you going to tip the scales or do you want to go to YouTube?
Emily.
I'll let
Emily.
John decide first.
What? Nah.
Catherine
Nah,
in the
I
chat
really-
says let them decide.
I would say I want. No. Yeah. Go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to okay, it is a tie. Mind War at 8, Parliament of Dreams at 8. YouTube. I'm not going to read up the chat. So right now, starting after David Darnell says Eokul S, whatever that means. So Wokil just voted Mind War. Everyone else vote and do it now.
Dreams. Parliament of Dreams. Vote for
Mind
Parliament
War.
of
Damn it,
Dreams.
delay.
Mind War. Mind War.
I got one.
Mind
Okay,
War.
guys, I got one
Mind
from
War.
Mind War, and we're about 7 seconds ahead, so it's going to take a second. Murphy, Mind War, that's 2. I got 1 for
No.
Parliament, 2 for
Two for
Parliament.
Parliament.
I got 2 to 2,
No, you're doing it wrong.
3 to
Yes,
2,
Mike.
3-3,
Yes,
4-3,
So close.
5-3,
Oh, Ryan voted.
5-4, 5-5,
No.
5-6, 5-7,
This is-
5-8, 5-9,
Oh.
5-10,
This is
5-11.
not the democracy I wanted.
6. Okay, it's very clear. Thank you to the YouTube chat. Mind War gets the YouTube vote.
No.
Oh no, actually, Mind War just started catching up. Somebody do the count here real quick. Mind War just caught up.
All right, hold on.
It's
Somebody-
Parliament. Hang on.
Okay, Blake, you count Parliament. Kevin, you count Mind War.
All right.
This is close.
YouTube, be
I
right on
like
the right
it.
side here and be
You haven't
proud.
even
This is
gotten
why
the
we
signs
do
and
live
portents
shows.
yet.
Right.
This
sounds
I
like
can't
thi-
use my damn-
This sounds like the Vista City Council vote all over.
You
again.
guys didn't see the vote for the final champion of the Twitter poll. Wait until I show you that. That thing was close.
I did see it, and you guys have
Oh.
wasted all of your votes, and we're not even at the good ones yet.
I know.
All right,
it's
I got
good.
the Parliament count.
Stop with the spoilers, Sean.
Parliament adds 17.
Okay, and
Yeah.
Mind War.
Yeah, Parliament wins.
Woo!
What Mind War have? What Mind War have?
It was like 11, I think.
Okay, so Parliament
Thank
gets
you,
the,
YouTube.
Parliament gets
False.
the YouTube vote. So it is 8 Mind War, Parliament 9, and we are
I
done with
demand-
that.
I
So I get
demand
my
an
extra
audit.
vote back, right?
No, you
Thanks,
do not get your extra vote
YouTube.
back.
I'm
Thank
filing
you.
a suit to overturn the results of this
Okay.
election.
Well, now we
Here
know
we go.
who the Arizona
Yeah,
Republican
I
is.
do not accept this outcome.
Here's where we find out that Scott wasted his
Where's
extra
Carrie Lake when
Number-
we need her?
Right.
Oh boy.
vote. Anybody else? Anybody
No.
else?
Yeah, I think it was
Okay.
11. Yep.
I demand an audit.
Okay. Here's where we find out that Scott's extra vote goes away. So, number 15, Grail. To number 2, Signs and Portents.
Signs
Would
important.
anyone like to vote
Signs
for
Signs and
Grail?
portents.
No.
Signs.
As much as I love the
Signs.
Grail lore, signs and portents.
No one's
Okay.
voting for Grail.
Yeah.
Do we have an
Yeah,
acclamation
I
on
think-
Signs and Portents?
Acclamation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
0. to 10. Signs and portents moves forward. Okay, here we go, guys. Now it's getting a little heated, and only John and Emily still have their hand on the scale votes. If we get ties from this point on after those two, we will go to the YouTube again. So, number 1, Chrysalis versus number 9, Eyes. Anyone want to talk up Eyes?
Chrysalis.
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 I
Do I
mean,
have
I'm voting
acclamation?
for Eyes, but I know it's not gonna win.
Okay.
So
Okay,
So I
but
got one
wasn't
vote for
Eyes
Eyes.
where
I'm going to go Eyes also with Kevin. It's
Emily,
not going
what
to
was your
win,
question?
but I'll
Pod
vote
people.
for it.
Hold on. Emily, what was your question?
that was the one where Morden gets the thing for Londo, right?
No, that's Signs
That
and
was
Portents.
Signs and Portents.
That's Signs. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was Eyes because he found
No.
the eye.
Eyes is the like super over the top Indiana Jones Nazi villain guy who comes in and wants to take over the captaincy, right?
Yes.
This is true. This is true.
Eyes
that
is
dick?
good. Yeah.
Do you know
Eyes
how
is
I
good.
got this scar?
Right.
Yeah, he looked at the Ark of the Covenant apparently.
Okay.
Okay,
now I
I've
know where I
got
lost
Blake
confused.
and I've got okay, hold on. I got Blake and Kevin voting for Eyes. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll vote for Eyes.
Okay, we got 3 for Eyes. Anybody else?
so 3 enlightened people in this group. Excellent.
I honestly, here's the deal.
Go
Chrysalis
Pod
is
people.
Chrysalis is important because it is a season finale, but when you think about it and when you go back and look at it, Chrysalis wasn't like knock your socks off episode,
Mm-mm.
but Eyes had some really good character acting, and I gotta go to my buddy Wayon, Jeff Combs. So I'm gonna vote for Eyes, but it still wins. Chrysalis is 6, Eyes is 4.
Yep.
Okay. Now, number 12, By Any Means Necessary versus Babylon Squared. Anyone want to talk up By Any Means Necessary?
B2.
Babylon Squared. Gotta go with
Is
that.
this an acclamation vote? Anyone
No.
go for By Any
I,
Means?
no, I got to vote by any means
necessary.
necessary.
Yep.
Just because I've used a line out of that show.
So we got to go to vote.
All
So
right.
I've got, hold on, I can make this easy. So I got Blake and Kevin doing By Any Means. Anyone else? Okay. I'm going to vote Babylon Squared. So it's going to be 2-8. Babylon Squared wins. Okay, number 3. This one could be kind of interesting. And the Sky Full of Stars versus A Voice in the Wilderness Part 2. Again, this is Drawl, and this is the Earth Force ship. And Sinclair and Ivanova. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Ivanova. No, not Ivanova. Who goes down? Delenn and Londo go down on the planet. That's it. Thank you.
Sky Full of Stars for me.
Sky, yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
voice.
Okay, I
Voice.
got 1 for voice. I got 2 for voice. Let's go ahead and throw it in the chat, guys.
And I don't know what I'm voting on this one. I really don't.
I got Blake voting for voice. I got Mike, Jessi, Nicole voting for stars. So that's and Emily voting for stars. So that's 4-1. But then I got voice from John and Justin. So that's 4-3. And then I've got 5 from Film Boy for Sky and 4 for voice. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I like Voice in the Wilderness. I really
Damn
do.
it.
So I'm gonna make it
Aw.
tied 5-5. Would Emily and or John like to put their fingers on the scale right now? John, I will point out this is where you get Londo flying a fighter jet. Kinda.
I'm aware. I know what's on there. I will defer to Emily to see what she wants to do. I made the decision last time.
Yeah, I'm not ready to use mine yet.
Okay. Emily's gonna hold off. John, what are you gonna do?
And A Voice in the Wilderness goes on.
Okay.
Oh.
6. And Emily is the only one with a finger left. So Sky Full of Stars. She has a toe as well too, Justy. Sky Full of Stars. 5. Voice in the Wilderness Part 2. 6.
I swear
Okay.
to God, Emily, if you use your vote to get Parliament of Dreams past Signs and Portents.
Yeah, you're fine.
Swear to God.
Here we go. Here we go.
Swear.
Last one of round 3. Number
What you
10.
gonna do if I do it?
Well, you got to actually get to a tie first, which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parliaments of Dreams. Parliament of Dreams, number 10. 2 Signs and Portents.
Signs and
Anyone
portents.
want to vote for Parliament of Dreams?
No.
I vote for mine.
Yes. I vote for
Thank you,
Parliament of
Justin.
Dreams.
Thank you, Justin.
I do like Parliament of Dreams, but there's no denying Signs and
Signs
Portents.
and portents.
Yeah.
Signs.
Justin, and
Portents.
just,
Yeah.
Justin, to your vote, I do this.
Cheers, buddy.
Okay. So, did anyone vote for Parliament of Dreams? Nobody? I got
John
one
did.
from Mind War.
Was that
John
an
did?
acclamation?
Oh, Kevin, did you do too?
I signed. No, I voted for Signs.
Okay. And Blake, what did you vote for? I didn't hear you.
I voted for Parliament.
Okay, so we got 2 for Parliament. I'm gonna vote for Signs and Portents because that's where this group became fans of Babylon 5. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be 2-8. Okay,
I mean, to
We're
be fair,
in-
Signs of Portents is a better episode. But
here we
Oh
go,
my God, I
guys.
should have kept my vote.
Here we
was
go,
so
guys.
excited.
We are
Yeah.
in the final
We all
4.
busted our nuts too early. Yeah.
We are in the final 4,
Right.
and yes, Duke still
Tell me about
sucks. Okay, here we go. Chrysalis,
Oh, yeah,
the
fuck
number
Duke.
1, the Chrysalis, the number 1 seed versus Babylon Squared, the number 4 seed. Anyone?
Babylon squared.
Babylon
Okay.
Squared.
Babylon
Okay.
Squared.
This is
Yeah.
where it gets interesting.
I agree.
No.
Babylon Squared.
I'm going Chrysalis.
I got
think.
1 for
Of course you
Chrysalis
are.
so far. Anybody else for Chrysalis?
I'm going for Chrysalis.
I got 2, 3 for Chrysalis.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not as if like Chrysalis in and of itself is an amazing episode. I think somebody said it either here in the chat that like a lot of stuff happens. A lot of it is not positive, but all we did as newbies was bitch and moan about how we don't get answers. And then Chrysalis was like, here comes a giant dump of shit. And here's a bunch of answers. So for that reason alone, I'm going to vote for Chrysalis.
Okay, so I've got, let's throw in the chat because I've lost track now. Everyone vote. So I got
I mean,
Nicole
so
as Babylon
I-
Squared. Go ahead, Justin.
I mean, I do love a heap, as I said before, I do love a steaming pile of foreshadowing. But I
On your
do
chest?
think Babylon Squared was a better episode.
Okay, I've got 2 votes for Babylon Squared. I've got 3 votes for Babylon Squared, 3 votes for Chrysalis, and people haven't voted yet. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Babylon Squared, 3 for Chrysalis. Mike votes Chrysalis. So now we're 4-4. Somebody still hasn't voted yet, including
I
myself.
haven't.
And if you're wondering, I did just flip my vote because initially
Okay, so-
I said B squared.
But you didn't put it in the chat though, so we're still
No,
good.
no.
Emily, where are you going? It's 4-4. It's between me
With
and
Chrysalis, of course. It's where we learn about the Minbari War.
Yeah, I mean, I do love Zathras, but
Yeah, I'm not sure on this one.
you. This is riveting television and audio.
It's super exciting. I know. I want to see what Scott does.
I'm going to vote for Babylon Squared because I think it is an amazing sci-fi episode and it gives us a lot. And I can't say anything more because I will spoil the shit out of stuff.
And see, that's where I'm leaning because as much as Chrysalis gave us, the overall feel of it was just bluff for how much we got from it. So yeah, Babylon Squared.
Woo.
Okay.
You're
Uh-huh.
voting
Babylon
against
Squared
it, the
wins.
Yes.
episode?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Surprisingly,
To
yes, I
4.
am.
And nothing will be the same ever again.
I should have saved my vote.
I
Damn
ain't
it.
mad about
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Oh,
Okay, here we go. Last of the final 4. Number 6, A Voice in the Wilderness Part 2 versus number 2, Signs and Portents. Anybody?
Signs
Signs.
and portents.
Signs
Signs.
and portents.
Is this an acclamation? I'm not
Yeah,
voting voice.
signs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
0 to 10.
I guess.
Signs moves on.
Yeah.
And now that Chrysalis is out, I
There
think
we
Signs
go.
and Portents is
Yes.
it's gonna win.
Rightly so. Let's
Yeah.
Here
go.
we go. This I will tell
Babylon
you right
Squared.
now, and I will tell you right now, this was the closest vote on Twitter, and actually it was these 2 episodes because Babylon Squared did beat Chrysalis in the Twitter vote. So here we go. Number 4, Babylon Squared versus number 2, because the number 1 seed has been knocked out. Number 2, Signs and Portents. The championship round. Who's voting for Babylon Squared?
Me.
It better be
Nicole
all you
Watford.
assholes.
Nicole, why?
Why? I don't know. Just something about that episode really stood out to me. And as much as Signs and Portents was kind of like the turning point for a lot of us, I kind of already fell in love with the show before Signs and Portents even started. And there was just something about Babylon Square that I really liked that episode.
Okay. Who else was voting for Babylon Squared?
Just that is.
Justin, why?
Honestly, I think, and pardon all my yarn all over the place, but I think Babylon Squared is going to factor a lot more into the story for the rest of the series than Signs of Portents will.
That's an interesting take. We'll see if you're right or wrong. I know the answer, but I'm not telling you. Anybody
course
else for
not, because
Babylon
you're a
Squared? I know I am. Anyone else for Babylon Squared? Okay, so I am actually going to go with Babylon Squared as well, but that's not for the reason you think, Justin. And then Signs and Portents. Everyone else go with this. So 7-3.
No, I'm gonna do Babylon Squared.
Okay, Emily's doing 6-4.
Oh, come
Babylon
on.
Squared.
Just
Anyone
a couple
else?
more people. Turn. Turn.
Does
10.
anyone want to flip to let the YouTube channel make the championship vote?
So
Does
Scott,
anyone
I
wanna do
haven't
that?
actually voted yet.
Oh, Blake. What do you got?
Square.
It's four.
Well, Emily still got her.
Yeah, Blake.
Emily,
Emily's still
Emily,
got her.
you still got your finger on the scale. What do you got to do?
I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, buddy.
For what? What'd you vote for? I can't remember.
Babylon
Squared.
Squared.
Yes.
Oh,
You know what's going to happen now? Because
John,
I'm
I
gonna get a lot of hate mail.
no,
probably.
time out. Because I care about our YouTube followers and I want to piss half of you off, I'm going to change my vote. I'm going to go 5.
John still has a vote.
Oh, John, you haven't voted yet?
so
I voted. Yeah, I voted for Signs of Portents.
you have your extra vote though.
No,
don't
he
you?
already
No,
burned
he
his.
burned it.
No,
He
he
burned
used
it.
Emily was the
Boo.
only one left.
Boo.
Oh, I can't do that. Never mind. It won't make a tie. So I'm not
Yeah,
going to change
no.
my vote.
Yeah,
The
don't be
math doesn't
devil.
work. Sorry.
Are,
Sorry,
are you wanting to
YouTubers.
kick this to YouTube, Scott? Is that what you're trying to do?
I really want to, but I can't now because there's 11 votes.
Hey,
Well, you
Scott,
just ask
do the
them.
YouTube
Scott,
poll.
I
Just do the
abstain.
YouTube poll anyway. And see
Oh,
what
look
they
at
say.
that. It's an
Oh.
abstention. And as we saw in Babylon 5, no one
Damn
knows how to
it.
use an abstention. So it is now
Who-
5-5.
Wait. Who just did that?
Blake.
Blake.
Oh, God damn it, Blake. Love to start
Blake.
shit.
So YouTube. Okay. I see right now, Julian Cry says laugh out loud. Everyone vote after that. Vote for either Babylon Squared or Signs and Portents. I got one vote for Babylon Squared for Melissa.
Yes.
I'll
Vote
count
for-
Babylon Squared if someone wants to do signs as they come
I'll
in.
count signs.
Okay, you
Weird.
guys count.
Vote for Signs and Portents or be wrong and sit there in your
Weird.
wrongness.
Babylon
We got
Square.
48 of you in the
Babylon
YouTube.
Square.
There we go.
There's a 7-second delay, so they're going to start popping now.
YouTube will be right and vote for Babylon Squared.
No,
Okay,
it'll be
let's-
Signs and
let's-
Portents.
Everyone, it's already hard for Blake and Kevin to count normally, so let them count.
Right.
Screw
But they can't
you.
listen and count at the same time.
I couldn't.
More
I was-
people-
okay. Well, while they're doing it, let's go back and talk about that steaming pile of foreshadowing on Justin's chest.
God.
By the way, Kenneth
What,
Hamill.
the city of Indianapolis? What's your point?
Kenneth, I can't believe that this is the first time that Zathras has been mentioned. But yes, Zathras needs a vote. I agree.
We talked about, I think, didn't Mike say, I like Zathras, but
Oh, did he?
Do you like that was the last round?
You like his butt? What did you say?
'Cause I voted against Babylon 5.
Like
in the last round.
Zathras'
Man, yeah.
butt. Yeah.
man,
Right.
That
there's
is
one
out
thing I
of
remember about
I'm not
context.
Zathras.
judging.
It was the
Okay.
Out of context.
Mm-hmm.
I like that ass.
yeah. But if it's one thing I remember about Zathras, it was
Wow.
Said he's
those
thick.
fat cakes. Those fat
Either-
cakes.
Wow.
And he's-
Either way, it's bad for Zathras.
I had drink in my mouth. I
I've
was gonna
got
say something else,
12
but I-
for signs.
I got 12 for signs. What do you got, Blake? We're gonna cut it off
13.
right here.
Woo!
Wow!
Yes!
Babylon Squared,
Yes!
13, 12
You
signs.
did it, YouTube.
Babylon
Shenanigans.
Squared, with the voice of YouTube, is
What do I
voted
always say?
as
Love
the
you,
champion.
You
YouTube.
have that backward.
No?
You're
Yeah, shenanigans.
I
entitled
know.
to your
I'm just trying to
opinion,
confuse you.
even
I don't
if
know
your
why-
opinion is
Well, we
wrong.
just got another vote for Babylon Squared anyhow, so
Yeah,
Mark
buddy.
is complete.
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
close. It's a
over.
close. Yeah.
Of course,
All
they're
right,
still
well,
taking
anyway.
votes.
Thank you,
Babylon
YouTube.
Squared is the number one vote. Now let's do
Wow.
let's do one other thing here. Hold on, I gotta stop sharing for a minute.
Thanks, YouTube.
Let's
We
see
love
how
you.
close the fan vote was to our vote. So hold on one second. Let me set up my screen for this.
I wasted my stupid extra vote
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
We all did.
great
Mhm.
or mine.
No, you
Like-
guys did. Mine actually made the difference. Emily's actually made a difference. Some of us
Mine made a
actually
difference.
used them to make a difference.
Mine made a
Made a
difference too, but
The rest
then
of
they-
you
I
really
always
wanna-
make a
Oh,
difference.
Darren says recount.
Right.
Oh,
Darren
Sean
doesn't
just
get a
came
recount.
on.
We're not opening that wound.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Just
Sean.
accept loss.
Hey, Sean.
Hey,
Oh,
Just
Sean.
sit there
really loud.
in your wrongness.
Sean, is it like 2 a.m. where you are?
Hi,
or what?
Sean.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen again. On the left-hand side, is, at least my left, is the Twitter votes. On the right-hand side is the votes from the night. You'll be able to tell because the left-hand side has a lot more votes. So here we go. Okay. So in the first round, Soul Hunter lost to Quality of Mercy 76-25.
Wow.
So we did agree on that one, guys, and it was about the same. In the first round, TKO loses to By Any Means Necessary, 54 votes to 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's the first time where the Twitter went against us. Believers loses to Born to the Purple, 35-22. Sorry.
No
Good.
shit.
Okay, finally,
Yes.
War Prayer won against Survivor, and it wasn't even close, 39-15.
Hmm.
So
How did it
War
split?
Prayer, and Born to the Purple are our bracket busters so far. So then we have Legacies did win against Infection. 4 people voted for Infection. I bet one of them was Marshall Teague. Just guessing. Okay.
4
now-
entire people. What is
4.
wrong with you guys?
Okay.
Well,
So next round, we had Chrysalis did win against Quality of Mercy 68-18. So Quality did get votes. Then we had Deathwalker beating Eyes. So again, we lost that one, guys, between Twitter and here. Deathwalker won 28-20 on Twitter.
That was the better episode.
I voted
Here
for
we
that
go.
as well.
This is one that was the first really close one. A Voice in the Wilderness Part 1 beat By Any Means Necessary 37-35.
Wow.
Dang.
And then we have Babylon Square did beat Born to the Purple 34-10. Again, remember we had
Rightly so.
believers go through. So then we had
That's
A
a
Sky
cult
Full of
score these
Stars. A Sky Full of Stars beat War Prayer. We had survivors going through and still got lost, but it was 30-10. Sky Full of Stars versus War Prayer. Then we had A Voice in the Wilderness just stomped Legacies 31-11.
No.
And then we had Parliament of Dreams beat Mind War 30-14. So much like our vote, but a little bit farther away. And then finally, we had Signs. Oh, I didn't mention this one. So Midnight on Fire Line beat Grail in the first round, 64-18. It was dangling here at the end of the tournament. And then in the second round, Signs and Portents beats Midnight on the Fire Line, 46-7.
Damn.
Okay,
About right.
moving on to round 3. On the Twitter versus, Chrysalis beats Deathwalker 86-28.
Wow.
And then Babylon Squared beats A Voice in the Wilderness 61-4.
Wow.
Then we have In the Sky Full of Stars beating A Voice in the Wilderness Part 2 38-29. Remember, we had Voice in the Wilderness win because I did some shenanigans there. And then Parliament of Dreams loses to Signs and Portents 65-16.
Damn.
Let's move on to the Final Four. So on the Twitter Final Four and on our Final Four, it actually came out to be close to the same thing. For Chrysalis and Babylon Squared beat Chrysalis 60-41.
Wow.
And then in the other side, we had Sky Full of Stars, which got through, and our voices got through on ours. But either way, Signs and Portents stomped them both, 70-17 against A Sky Full of
Clearly
Stars.
the smarter of the people.
So guys, here we go. Our championship vote was the same.
Ooh.
Babylon Squared versus Signs and Portents. Remember, Babylon Squared just won because of YouTube. Check out what happened on Twitter. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Oh, I didn't actually put him on there. Ha 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 ha.
Oh.
Man, I screwed it up there. Hold on.
Damn,
Please.
this Steve
Somebody
guy
play whole
sucks.
Yeah.
Somebody play whole
Good
music.
job, Steve.
Way to go, Steve.
Another fine quality production of the Gray 17 podcast.
Steve had one job. Steve had
It's fine,
one
you
job.
guys.
Steve
Shout out
has
to Sean.
Tourette's.
Shout out to Sean, who's on at 3:30 his time.
Yay,
Hey.
Sean.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey.
Sean.
Ooh,
While,
does he have delicious snacks while
Yeah.
watching? I like his food picks.
While Steve's fixing his mistake, let's start that Blossom
I got
podcast right now.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa.
so Emily called Sean a snack, is what I heard.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
got
I
weird
don't know, but he posts food
really
pics and they look good. That is Sean,
That's-
right?
That's what
Like,
That's what cued the I could go for some bangers and mash comment from
It's like
You all ready
reverse
for this?
smoker.
You all ready?
Yes.
Welcome to the
Here it
thirstiest
goes.
Babylon 5 podcast out there.
Babylon Squared on the Twitter poll got 107 votes.
Woo.
Signs and Portents
Okay.
got 108 votes.
Yes!
Wow.
Oh,
No.
Back and forth on Twitter. That poll
Wow.
went for 3 days. And
No.
Blake, you were watching it. It was going back and
Yeah.
forth, back and forth. But at the very end, Signs and Portents won by 1 vote.
Good job.
Wow.
Signs and Portents
That's
is
rigged.
Signs and
Right.
Portents is the fan favorite, and Babylon Squared is our favorite.
Woo,
No.
woo.
False.
We're
False.
the
Listen,
smart ones.
I will
I
not.
voted. I voted in that Twitter poll. So one of those signs and portents votes is your boy the Nugget himself. The second.
Thank you for breaking the
You're
rules,
not-
John.
You were
supposed to be
yeah,
on
John, you screwed
Twitter.
that up.
I
God.
thought
Yeah, I'm
we
good.
were
That up,
told to
John.
vote.
Nope. I said it. Listen, I said it a couple weeks ago when some of the first rounds. I told Scott. Actually, I told all of you. I said, "Hey, I'm voting in these Twitter polls." And at the time, I was like, if it's between an episode I've seen and one I haven't, I'm voting for the one I've seen. But if I've seen both of them, then I'm making my choice. And,
Okay.
and nobody said a word. So that's what you get, signs and portents.
We're gonna move on from that segment. I think that was fun, so we'll probably do that again next season.
Yeah, that was
But,
fun.
Okay,
Mhm.
we're gonna move on to the fan awards, and if you haven't yet, you've got about 30 seconds to go to our Facebook page and vote. So, Blake, do you want to do the fan awards for
Dun,
season
dun, dun.
Yeah, we can give this a start.
I
Okay,
like
how about we
this-
start with most likely to be found in the casino?
John.
Yeah, John,
Yeah,
that
John.
was hands down. You're going to be the
John,
one
yeah.
found in the casino.
Congratulations,
Now, what I
John.
didn't qualify that with was who's most likely to be found in the casino after Ivanova whoops some ass in there. And again, that's going to be John laying in the corner somewhere.
Right.
I am offended that you would question my sensibilities and my honor
Oh,
by saying I would be anywhere near a gambling establishment with those lowlives.
It was in
I
out of the
what you
strip
God,
club,
wanted?
John.
John, we've known you.
Right.
We've
Yeah.
known you for how many decades now?
I remember gambling with you and Alfonso Soriano.
All right,
at
all right.
frickin'
Let's go.
Moat after a Cubs Cardinal game.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much.
By the way, I think I was there too, Nicole, because I definitely
Yes.
played blackjack with Alfonso Soriano.
Yes, you
Oh
guys
my
were
God.
both
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he sat at the
Okay.
$5 blackjack table like the cheap Cubs chump that he is.
Yo,
Yeah.
let's not
Wow.
And then I think he
That's
could,
right.
which one of us did he yell
I
at
owe
for
you
doing?
a slap, sir. I owe you a slap, John.
Listen, he
Hey,
said
Justin,
St. Louis
stop
was a
stepping.
shitty city.
He did.
It's
St.
what I
Louis is a
do.
shitty city. I was gonna say, Nicole, was it you or John that sat at third base and he yelled at you? It was one of
I
you.
don't
Me,
remember.
I sat
Was
there.
it John?
Yeah.
And
You were at third base.
So listen, so very quickly. So here's what happened. So I'm sitting there, obviously, because it wasn't just him. It was him, Zambrano. It was a couple of Cubs players, but he sat down. And some people noticed and were kind of coming over. He wouldn't take any photos, obviously, but he would sign stuff. He was nice, whatever. I was just trying to be nice and strike up a conversation like, oh, surprised to see you guys out after the game, but how do you like the city? And then he had the balls to talk shit about St. Louis. At which point I was like, oh, didn't you just sign a 7-year, $146 million contract and you're sitting next to my broke ass at a $5 table?
Right.
Suck it.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You
Yeah,
know what?
and
He sucked as a Cub, and I'm a Cubs
yes, he
fan.
did.
Hey, he gave me an
Everybody does.
autograph though, so that was cool.
Okay,
Yeah. Cubs suck.
Blake.
Way to stay
think
on
we-
topic.
Like,
Good
I think
job.
we've given you
Anyway,
enough time now to
baseball.
look
Kick
at
John
the.
out. I'm done. Kick him out.
Blake, I think
let's
we've given you
move
enough
on to our
time now.
most
I can
off-the-wall
badmouth the Cubs,
prediction.
but you can't,
Okay.
sir.
Kevin,
Most
we're
times
talking
Blake
votes,
gets
not shitty
stepped on.
baseball teams.
Most time Blake's get step on, go to Kevin. No, okay, go ahead, Blake.
Okay, most off-the-wall prediction, and this was limited to our newbies only.
Yes.
Nicole,
Oh, yay. I'd like to thank
Our-
the Academy.
We're not going to tell you what the off the wall prediction was, but
but then
Yeah.
we have, on the flip side of that, we have our best prediction,
ooh,
which is
and again,
Emily.
Yay.
And again, Emily, you
That's
don't
some
get to know what the
pressure.
prediction was,
Right.
but
Tell us all.
That's a lot of pressure now. And I
Yeah.
want to know which one was good.
That really surprises me because I thought Justin had that one. But anyway,
Justin could have had a good shot.
Now here's a fun one. Most likely to get tossed out of an airlock, and I'm going to read the ones for this one. Scott for saying that we'll get answers to that beyond the rim.
Yes.
Woo!
Me for making fun of Harry Potter because I did get some messages on that one.
You can send your
Anybody
hate
who
mail.
has said Ivanova.
Mm.
Who does that?
Jessi for talking over Andrew every single episode.
This is true. This is true.
Mhm.
Following that up with Andrew for saying he has nothing to say after getting talked over.
I guess, I mean, like no one cares. So like,
Oh. Okay, Eeyore. Okay.
Right.
Then we've got Nicole
Thanks
for calling
for
the wrong
noticing.
person shady.
The shady count is high.
Yeah.
John,
Yeah.
after he calls Jessica, or calls Jessi Jessica, which I may get tossed
Did
out
you
for
just-
writing this,
Did you just call her?
He did.
which means I may
is
get tossed out now.
Yes.
Kevin submitted his own answer of Scott for trolling Kevin about Star Wars.
Wars is fantasy, not sci-fi.
Oh man. Here we go.
Someone else submitted a version of number one of "We will answer that poll," followed by "gets hit by a chair."
Mhm.
And someone added the bear. I don't know. I think they jumped ahead with that one. We'll get to that later.
You know,
Is
I've
that
been
the
called a bear
cocaine
before.
bear? Like, what are we talking about?
We'll discuss that beyond the rim, Justin.
Mhm.
Wow.
You do not want cocaine getting beyond your rim. Just throwing it out there.
Cocaine.
False.
All right.
There's
Honey,
one way.
honey,
And the winner
honey,
of this
you
one is
haven't
hands
seen me on a
down.
weekend, okay?
Anybody who has said Ivanova should report to the airlock immediately.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Bye, John.
I think John. I think
And
Justin.
Justin.
I think Nicole. Nicole, you did it too.
No, I did not.
Oh,
How dare
I
you
said it.
again impugn my sterling reputation as if I would do anything as dastardly as mispronounce Ivanova or Garibaldi chocolates or anything like that. I am 100% on
Baldy
point.
chocolates. That was good.
so while we're doing this, by the way, there's a big discussion going on what cricket is and how it relates to baseball or not. So thanks,
Listen.
YouTubers, for paying attention.
Yeah,
What
baseball is a
are
superior
you-
sport. It's called
But
soccer.
honestly,
It's baseball.
Ivanova being my future drag name, I'm still gonna stick to it.
So and then Catherine just put in, please do not discuss Cocaine Bear beyond the rim.
She seems cool.
Yeah.
This is a sweet trailer.
I can't wait to watch that movie.
So, okay, we have our last one that we put out in advance. And this one is tied for the moment. So we're going to give it a minute and we're going to discuss another category and then we're going to circle back here.
Okay.
Because I ran out of time this week and forgot to put a few of these online.
Way to go. You had one job.
I had one job.
Great job, boy.
So between our chat and our group here, we also have who's most likely to draw Ivanova's wrath.
I'd pay
Do
for
we
that.
mean Ivanova or Claudia Christian? Because we actually saw that.
John.
Let's say Claudia Christian's wrath. Anyone care to throw any out there?
John.
John.
I'd pay
Well,
for that.
either
Yeah.
me or
Piss
John.
her off.
Yeah, John, I think you're going to win a second one there.
I'd pay by the hour for that. That's
Yeah,
true.
you
Well,
would.
speaking of paying by the hour, how about most likely to Google Narn porn
Andrew.
with
Andrew.
Jessi wearing the Narn Hub shirt right
Andrew.
By the way, Jessi is
Andrew.
wearing a collector's. I will throw this out there. Jessi is wearing a collector item. This is from our Redbubble Narn
Yeah.
Hub, but Pornhub gave us a cease and desist. So you can't buy that one anymore right now.
So make your own if you need one.
We actually did get smacked by Pornhub. Thank you all.
That's weird because I've smacked Pornhub a lot. I mean,
Wow. Okay. And we're moving on.
So I'm not really sure between John or Andrew which is the one most likely to be searching Narn porn. But then
Andrew.
again,
Andrew.
Mike is the one that came
Andrew.
up with Narn Hub, so I wouldn't rule Mike out of this one either.
Yeah, but also I've known Emily longer than most of the rest of you.
That's true, Mike. I know where you're going, Mike, and I agree.
You know,
I
I,
agree.
might be mildly offended by that assessment.
Yeah, you might be mildly offended if it
Just
wasn't
mildly.
true.
Oh,
You know what? I'm really not going to comment.
She's
The
pleading the
more
fifth.
You know.
All right, let's do our
Well,
last
lots
one
of
for
things about Emily
discussion,
today.
and then we'll get to the last fan vote one. Who's most likely to get coshed?
John.
John.
oh my God, you guys.
Probably me, to be honest. Probably me because I'm too
I
nice.
mean,
I'd go with
That is
Scott
true.
on that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking Scott.
I
Yeah.
could get coshed.
do we
I
have
could
to?
see
Do we have
Scott
to
getting
do?
coshed.
Do we have to do a chat poll now? Where's everybody?
Okay,
At?
YouTube. Who should get koshed of the hosts? Who should get koshed? And now we wait 7 seconds for them to hear this. Sean says I should have bought the Narnhub mug while I had the chance, but I was fearful of the questions. Too late now. Pornhub shut us down.
Yeah, I regret not buying the Narnhub stuff.
Yeah, that's going to go on our list of achievements. Cease and desist from a porn site.
So okay, let's see. Let's talk about this.
And here's the thing: cease and desist about copyright from a porn site that cares nothing about copyright.
That's true.
No.
That's true. So let's everyone in the YouTube chat remind us when we get to season 5 that we need to have like the tally. So we got yelled at by JMS already. We got a cease and desist from porn.
Stop.
Hold on.
We did not do that.
That was all you.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. That's
Which
true.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to add
JMS.
JMS's vote to the who got koshed here.
Right.
That's true.
Plus the YouTube vote.
Plus
Scott,
the
your
JMS
YouTube
is
vote
actually
hot.
coshed.
Pretty
Yes,
clear
that is
for
true.
you, bud. Sorry.
I hear you. I hear you.
Steve is it.
Steve's out.
Yeah.
I do not have Tourette's that I know of.
So here's
JMS
the
does
fun
not
one
like
we
Steve.
have.
Oh.
We did a vote for MVP, and much like our bracket, we have a tie.
Can I put my finger on the scale?
No.
No. So we have a tie, and it is between Scott, and the other one is our listeners and Patreons who make all this possible.
Yeah.
I vote
And,
for Patreons.
and I'm going to say,
Patreon.
I think this needs to go to our Patreons. No
That's what
offense.
I said. I want to
Scott.
put my finger on the scale.
Yeah.
Patreons.
Yeah. So I think we can all
Wow.
agree that our Patreons, those who have supported, whether it's listening to us, reviewing us, commenting us, being one of our Patreons, buying the merch, we're doing this tonight here because of all of you. So you are the
Yes.
MVPs of this thing.
Yes.
Especially to our producers, who a lot of them are in the chat. You know who you are, and your
Right.
names are listed down below.
We
I
love
do
you
wanna-
all the
Yeah,
time.
we love.
Oh, and Mike
I-
Finney wants to know if someone has a narn in their pocket. I'll let him figure that out in the YouTube chat.
Right here.
I've got a Narn in my pocket. It's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
What is happening? Why?
I'll tell you what's happening. There's a bunch of lies going on, right? It's more like an acorn in a field.
All right, say.
I'm gonna
It's like
vote
throwing
for
a baseball
Scott
down a
for
hallway.
MVP.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
I feel like,
It's like a
these,
gherkin.
these
It's like a
Patreons
gherkin,
are just
yeah.
encouraging us, and they shouldn't.
I was
true.
gonna be like,
That's true.
oh, sweet, and thank you, Scott, for doing all you do. And you're talking about throwing hot dogs down hallways and shit. What is happening right now?
And this is the high quality podcasting you come to expect from Grade
Amen.
17.
Oh boy.
Can
Okay,
I-
Film Boy has
Can I
his
just
hand up.
can I just say something real quick?
No, Film Boy has his
butthole.
hand up.
Oh,
Jesse,
Yeah.
don't
My God.
talk over him.
okay.
We still
Sorry.
have a segment to
Okay.
go, so let Aunt Film Boy talk.
JRR talking
Shout
over
out to-
here.
God damn it.
Shout out to Andrew Reed over here saying Scott. I'm assuming this is for being thrown out of the airlock.
Oh, for
Scott
God's
for
sakes.
being wrong about 2001.
Congratulations,
Ah.
Film
Shout out
Boy.
to
You
you.
have
Right
one
about
vote.
2001.
Go wank it to Kubrick somewhere else, please.
Oh,
I will say, and
You know what?
Jesse,
I will.
oh,
You know what?
Ugh.
If you want to
He's
stop
gonna-
getting
he-
talked over,
you
this
know
is
what?
the way to do it.
he's just gonna go watch Blake. He's gonna go watch Eyes Wide Shut, and he'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
So-
it'll work.
I can't
As long
believe
as you
we're
don't
just
watch
gonna
J-
skip
as long
over
as you
it.
don't wank it to AI, you're fine. Okay.
Ugh.
Ooh.
How are we just
Jesse,
gonna
cover-
skip over Mike's hilarious comment like that?
Yeah, I
I
want to
know.
hear
It was
what
a
Mike had to
classic
say.
Lord of the Rings pun.
I'm out.
Didn't hear
I want to hear what Mike had to say.
No, I liked his JRR talking. I mean, that was just great punnage.
it.
Jesse, cover your ears for a minute. For those who have only watched 2001, go read the damn book because it's so much better. Okay. Now, let's go into our last official segment. And by the way, those in the chat, for a bit after this, we will stick around for Q&A because you guys have been awesome. But our last official segment is this. What kind of lingering questions and predictions do the newbies have based on season 1 alone? I know you've already seen 2 episodes of season 2. I get that. But season 1 alone, what lingering questions and predictions do you have? And let's go to Justin first.
Oh shit. So my Charlie Day yarn thing. So the president, that was an assassination, not an accident.
That's a prediction.
And
Okay.
that is a prediction. The questions that I have is, how deep does Home Guard go?
Okay.
Where does,
Good.
how deeply entrenched is Home Guard?
And by the way, there will not be a Beyond the Rim after this because I don't want to do one. Okay. Nicole, what do you got? Questions and predictions after just season 1? Because I know for a fact Shannon in the chat has not watched anything of season 2. And Justin, you were good. Nothing about season 2. Season 1. Questions, predictions, Nicole.
I would say my question is, what is going to happen with the impending doom feeling that left at Chrysalis? That feeling that something's coming, that something really bad is going to happen. What all does that entail, and how deep is that going to go? Like, how pivotal of a role is that going to play, or is it just going to be a side thing, and then prediction wise, I just think that I predict that what we've seen so far is just the tip of the iceberg, and shit's going to go off and get even crazier. That's just what I predict.
Mike, you have your hand up?
Yes, we call that impending doom feeling waking up in 2022.
Yes.
Word.
I love that he raised his hand for that.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was very professional of you. Okay, let's go on to John. Questions and predictions from season 1.
Well, as I'm sure Jessica will attest to, I have asked enough questions probably through all of our episodes. So just see previous 22 episodes.
I'm sorry. I just read Neil Biggs on the chat saying they are not beyond rimming tonight. Sorry, John. Go on.
This is why they love us, because they're just like us.
They're rimming it.
Oh no, I don't
Stop.
need the hand
Okay, that's
signals.
over the line. Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Mark at 0.
For predictions, I think I've said I'm holding out hope for my boy Londo. I think he will go back on his debt to Morden. I think in the end he will be the hero that we need, not the one we deserve. I don't know if that'll be season 2, but eventually. Beyond that, I think things are really about to pop off in terms of Earth, like stepping out of the shadows to show just how big of a-holes they are and are the bad guys of this series. And so I think that'll come to a head, words chosen specifically, here soon. So that's my prediction.
Great. Jessi, lingering questions and predictions from season 1.
This is hard because I'm not allowed to talk about the things that have happened in season 2. So I have none. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody that hasn't seen any.
Nice.
Inciting
Fall on that
comments.
sword. Fall on that sword. Emily,
Insightful
lingering
testimony.
questions and predictions from season 1.
Okay, so I've been going back and rewatching season 1 just to refresh on all of it. And today when I was watching the infection episode, they talked about interplanetary expeditions being a front for a bioweapons company. And I'm wondering if that is the organization funding Home Guard and maybe involved with Psy-Corps, because they want bioweapons and Psy-Corps would be a bioweapon.
I will say this, and this potentially will get me in trouble, but whatever. Again, I've been saying from the beginning, JMS plants these little seeds throughout the show. Based on what you just said, go watch Revelations again. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get through season 1. I only made it through whatever episode
that's fine.
was.
And again, we will talk Revelations. We've already recorded that episode, but go watch Revelations again. Okay, Andrew, you're it. Questions and predictions, season 1.
Yeah, so I don't remember what episode it was. The one where we got a little dance number from Londo with the hokey pokey. I'm hoping we get to see more of that. But I don't really have anything else that won't spoil the first couple of episodes of season 2.
I predict that we'll talk over Andrew over under 100 times in season
Yes.
2.
Jessi has
predict I
gotten
will-
better at it. Oh, sorry, Andrew.
I predict.
There I go
predict
laughing at
I
my
will
own jokes
become-
again.
I predict that I will become film man after I kill all of you for talking over me.
That's not how you become a film man, sir. There's another way to do
No,
that.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Oh, and you know,
Andrew's
you don't
about
even
to
like
hit
2001.
puberty. It's so cute.
Oh, no.
Listen,
Oh,
I've
what-
never talked over you, Andrew.
There's
Why don't
still-
you ask old baby arm over there how you become a man? Apparently,
Oh my God. No.
Okay.
Okay, Scott, just from the YouTube chat from Andrew Reed. What? Oh, that Andrew.
Oh, please. We refer to him
good.
as Talker, Texas Ranger.
little
That's
little
good.
little inside baseball. Love you, Andrew, because Andrew likes to formulate his
Oh, I can't
thoughts
make
a
my
lot.
name any longer.
No,
I was gonna add Talker. What?
Christopher talking. Since Andrew likes to formulate his words a little bit more than most, we've gotten to a point, and you don't hear this on the podcast. He has to tell me 10-4, good buddy, when he's done talking, so no
Yeah.
one steps on him. And by the way, they still step on him. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Zero
Okay.
respect.
let's go ahead and wrap it up there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to carry us out here, and I'm going to call everyone. And just if you want to give 2 or 3 sentences about what you think about what's happened so far, not with the show of Babylon 5, but with the podcast, and just kind of share what you're thinking as we move into season 2. And then we're going to wrap up the show. And then for those in the YouTube chat, some, if not all of us, will stick around and do a Q&A for you as well, too. So let's go to our first ones first. Actually, let me do this first. So until next week, when we talk about Points of Departure, the first episode of season 2, I am Scott, and with me has been Blake.
Blake?
No, Blake, you have to speak. No, it's time. I just said it, guys.
I'm gonna normally
I'm
do.
trying to find the
I'm gonna-
order. Like, what the fuck?
No, I'm going
Yes!
to call on you. Okay, let me try this again. I'm going to call on you, and you're going to give me a few sentences, your last thoughts
Oh,
before we move
okay.
into season 2.
Okay.
Blake.
So my last thoughts on it, and Scott, we've talked about this many times, and just, you know, this is nowhere where we thought this was going to go. You know, we've talked about doing this for 3 or so years and putting this together, and the fact that we're nearing 30,000 listens, we've got 51 people on a Sunday night listening to us just spout a bunch of bullshit, that we've got all of the followers that we do in this community. I mean, none of us saw this coming. Scott and I sure didn't. And I think we have about once a week that we'll message each other and go, what the hell? Because we
Yes.
just never, ever thought we would be here, let alone at the end of season 1. So, you know, it's exciting to see where this can go through season 2 and beyond.
Let's go now to Kevin.
This has been a really fun ride. We have a really good time recording, and our Facebook community that I'm a little bit more involved with than any of the other channels is a lot of fun. I think we have some good discussion on there, and it's a really fun experience to go through this with so many, 9 other friends. So I'm really looking forward to seasons 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 somewhat.
Okay, no spoilers.
But yeah, I mean, season 2 is really great, but oh my god, season 3 just kills. So I can't wait to get to that.
Okay. And the other first one, Mike.
I don't know what else to add except to say that, yeah, this started off as something that we kind of laughed at and thought, it's an excuse to get together and chat on a Sunday night with one another. And the size and popularity has exploded. The Babylon 5 community that I never knew existed is out there. It's strong, it's vibrant, it's humorous, it's intelligent. I love it. I love all you guys. It's been fantastic. So thank you very much. Keep staying cool.
Now we'll go to our newbies. Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, who'd you say? Oh, sorry.
Oh, shit. Zip it. Christopher Talkin, you're up. Go for it.
I honestly do not have anything else, like to add. Everything's already been said so far.
Thank you. Justin.
I mean, honestly, I love you assholes. I really do. This has been a great journey. And I'm thankful for all of you and for all the friends that we've made along the way, like Shannon, Alexander, everyone. Like, thank you guys so much for, sticking with us and putting up with our dumb shit, and love you all.
Nicole.
I think for me, I've really enjoyed this experience. Not only have I gotten to see a new show and a new genre, something I probably wouldn't have picked on my own. It's kind of opened my eyes to almost like a whole new world, not to quote Aladdin, but it really has been exciting to kind of dive into the show and this genre, and the fans and supporters have been just incredible. And like I said before, it's so appreciated that we have been welcomed, not just by our patrons and the people in our communities, but the other podcasts that we've met too. And when we did the League episode, like, we've just met so many amazing people that have been, I think, insurmountable in our success. And, I'm a broadcast professional. So for me, I always knew that there was something special about this. And shut up, John, but I'm trying to give you guys a freaking compliment. All right. But no, I always knew that we had something special here. And some of us knew each other beforehand. Some of us were new, but there's something weird about our degenerative asses just coming together. Like, there's a chemistry that we all have. And I think that we can laugh and we can have fun. And, at the beginning we had some growing pains, but now that we've kind of figured it out, obviously I feel like full steam ahead, and I'm ready to take on season 2 head on. Like, let's do this. I'm so pumped.
John.
Well, since this is getting a little like eulogy funeral vibe, and we just ended season 1, not the end of the
By the way,
episode.
we still have 80% of the show to go. Literally 80% of the show to go.
Literally how I was thinking.
So, I will just say, the show has grown on me more, so I'm glad I don't have to suffer through like I did the first couple of episodes. Also, when we talk about the community that we're in, the memes are fire. Keep them coming. They make me laugh super hard. So I thoroughly enjoy that part almost as much as watching the episodes. And the only other thing I will shout out, while the other pods have been great, read the name, okay? There's one and only one, Chuckle Nugget. You got to earn that shit. You can't just come in and try to take it. What I will say is I will double down on said name in season 2. And anyone that wants to come after the king better not miss a shot.
On that note, Jessi.
Was that a threat? I don't know what just happened.
So concerned listeners, we'll start releasing a John and Sans John version of the podcast going forward.
Well, okay, so what's the safety word? So
Keep going.
I don't think we have one, Justin, and that's part of the problem.
Right.
My safety word is don't stop.
OMG. It's my turn. Stop talking. Okay. So I just want to send a shout out to everybody, more specifically in the Facebook world, because I don't do Twitter like I was told not to.
One of our newbies can follow instructions.
Right. Yes. Well, there's several of us.
I deleted my Twitter 2 years ago, so screw
more
it.
so the boys that can't pay attention. So, but just the amazing community that we've come in contact with, and the acceptance that I've got from most, except for one. And I know you love me. So I think it's awesome. I want to say thank you to everybody out there that has been so accepting and so amazing to us, as people that have never watched the show, and more specifically like Nicole and I, who are really not that exposed to sci-fi in general. So thanks everybody.
And Justin, Melissa, one of our producers, says the safe word is Zathras. So Zathras.
Ooh, girl. Okay. Just so
Okay.
long I know.
And the last of our newbies, Emily.
Oh, yay. I was a little nervous about doing this at first, but I really didn't think anyone would listen to it, so I wasn't super concerned, to be honest. And since I only know two of the other members on here before starting it, that also kind of added to the nervousness. But really, this is like the funnest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house. Like, it is great. And I am so thankful for everyone who listens to us and our Facebook fans for all the memes. Those are fantastic. Please, we need more of them.
Yes.
And thank you to all our patrons who actually decide to send us money for reasons I still don't understand, but I will be forever grateful for. So it's a good time. And I can't wait to see what we do in the next 4 seasons, because I bet it'll be good times.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I always thought
no
we'd be
HR
famous.
violations.
We were almost done, and then we were almost done, and then Nicole raised her hand. So, Nicole, you have your hand up.
I just want to shout out to our member in our Discord that shared a snack, because we were talking about that earlier. They shared their
did
food
Sean
pics.
post food pics?
Oh, for God's sakes.
No, it's somebody else. But also, I will do a disclaimer I should have done before mine. I am very sentimental, so that's why mine sounded like a eulogy. But if you guys if you haven't figured out yet, I'm really, really sentimental. So that
it wasn't just yours, if that makes any sense. The couple people before you did the same. Like,
it was an Irish funeral if I've ever seen one. We were in an Irish
my
wake,
God,
and it was
no.
like,
Okay.
No,
Let's
John, there was
That
no
was
drinking,
just me
so it
saying
could've
I
been one of
fucking
those.
love you guys. Like, shit.
I'm trying to end the show. Okay. So until next week, when we hit signs and portents, when we hit points of departure, the first episode of season 2, I've been Scott, and I will say to end this up that we are only 20% through this whole thing, and we're not even counting the movies, by the way. There are movies. So it's been a great ride. Thank you to everyone on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube who have been hanging out with us, and I will just end it with the best is yet to come, a DS9 reference. See you all next week. And then those on YouTube, stick around and we'll do some Q&A. Thanks, everybody.
oh, we don't get to sign off?
We don't
No.
We're not going to sign off. This
That's
time.
all right.
Dude, that was your sign off. My God, how hard is this to figure out?
Yeah.
Your
Really
sign off
hard,
was I went through
apparently.
every single
That's
person
okay.
and gave you time.
I just feel like when most of you were
It's out
talking,
of
all I
our
could hear was
norm.
that graduation song. Now our time has come together. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay. This is what I deal with, folks on YouTube. This
Jesus.
is what I deal with.
I heard
You picked
suicide
us.
is painless, but
Good one.
God.
This was
Okay.
pretty mild, if I'm being honest.
So, YouTube.
Sean is the one who shared the snack pics, by the way. He is. Jake
yes.
Rose.
Love it.
And on
Yay.
over
I do, by the way,
Discord,
I did
go
like
get some
Reptilian
snack pics.
Reptilian Samurai did say, the real Gray 17 is the friends we made along the way.
Boom.
Aww.
Reptilian also said we were ace rimmers,
Art.
so you know.
Both can be true. I mean, you never know.
That's true.
Hey,
Okay, so
I've never
YouTubers,
had any complaints, just some questionable reviews.
YouTubers, do you have any questions, comments, lawsuits you would like to send our way? Now's the time.
Any lawyers that want to help us fight our copyright?
does anyone want to help
Our
us fight
Nardo
Pornhub?
situation.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
pretty
take
sure I
down
could fight
Pornhub.
Fairy.
Preferably
pretty
pro
sure I could
bono, but
Yeah, no
Pro
shit.
boner.
Oh my.
I'm pretty sure this is still going to be live on YouTube. I just want to throw that out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Janice is leaving because she says night work is calling. Thank you, Janice, for checking us out. We
Good night.
appreciate it.
Janice.
First question. Here we go, guys. First question. Will there be live viewing parties for some of the banger episodes coming up? Andrew, let me tell you a little bit behind the scenes. We tried to do a live episode with TKO, and here's the problem. What?
that Andrew.
No, sorry. Andrew Reed. since the guys haven't watched it, since the guys haven't watched, not Andrew stepping on me, since the guys haven't watched it before, it's hard for them to do a fun watch when they're trying to pay attention to the episode. So I think what we've discussed is doing some other fun commentaries, but not the first watches of the episodes moving forward, if that makes sense. Okay. Is everyone frozen now? Did I lose everybody?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
we're all here.
Jessi is hardcore frozen.
She's not.
Jessi is.
I'm also
Just
still
for
trying
me.
to figure out how on a live, watch of an episode for what is less than an hour, because there's no commercial breaks on HBO Max, that 4.5 hours later, I was told, get on the live feed. We're still going.
Yeah,
That's
that
true.
night my internet cut out, and I was like, "What?" I wake up in the morning, I'm like, "What in the GD happened last night?"
I'm pretty sure my internet's cutting out right now because everyone's frozen on my Zoom, but it's okay. I can see you on the live stream though, so we're good. Okay, now let's see. So Andrew Reed, to answer your question, we're gonna do some live stuff, but probably not that. If you got ideas, send them our way.
Yeah.
Darren says, John, explain the PJs.
Oh, you mean this dope outfit? That's the top and the bottom? I knew we were doing this live episode, so I had to bust out the Sunday best, as the kids call it. Stay fresh, stay fly. Also, it's almost Christmas time,
On
so
God.
it's great. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
On God.
Next question, Neil Biggs, what was the drama with JMS? Okay, I've actually been called out twice by JMS, but I'll give you the best one. We were actually discussing TKO with a couple other podcasts, including Ryan from Yum Yum and the Babylon 5 for the first time, guys. And we were talking about how TKO has such a bad balance of themes. And I tagged JMS and said basically that I think JMS was trying to pack so much into the first season that he had to kind of make things not mesh all the way. And he retweeted me and just said, or maybe I just didn't write the episode. So it got us a lot of follows on Twitter, though.
You
so
done
wasn't-
pissed him off.
It wasn't like even a sick burn. It was just a matter of fact statement. I think you read too much into it.
That's why we're not getting the reboot, because of Scott.
That's true. That's true.
Scott's fault.
Let's see here. Are we planning on watching the movies and spinoffs? For the most part, yes. Okay, so I have already told these guys that they're going to watch the movies. And by the way, the movies pop up around season 4. You've already watched one of them with The Gathering, kinda.
But are they on HBO Max in our normal?
They're not.
No,
order?
but we will get them to you. Don't worry. There are ways of to doing this.
Okay.
I have the DVDs. We're fine.
Crime.
But
Again, this is being broadcast live on YouTube for any
Yeah.
lawyers that are
Yeah, just
currently
kidding,
watching.
FBI.
We may need one.
it's legal for me to do viewing parties in my home if I don't charge it. That's what we're gonna do. Or I'm just gonna say the DVDs.
Well, but it's also legal for like purposes of review and parody. So
Only if you get a copy for legal. You can't just like steal one and then review it. That's still stealing it.
I mean, if
Okay, either
I
way.
find one lying on the street, it's fine.
Either way, we will be doing the movies.
Yeah.
On the spinoff, it only had a few episodes. We'll decide when we get there. If we all still feel all kumbaya like Nicole did today, fine. But we may want to kill each other when we get after season 5, so we'll see. But there is a spinoff called Crusade. And I also don't want to know if I want to end this show on a low note. And let's be honest here. Crusade is not good.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
pivot
Okay.
straight into
Hashtag
Stargate
spoiler,
SG-1.
asshole.
Yes.
Oh, dude, it's
excellent.
JMS will be the first one to tell you Crusade sucked. Okay?
And he's very open about that fact.
And it got
God
canceled
damn
after
it.
13 episodes. Okay, there's a whole rigmarole with TNT on that one.
It
We'll
was
talk
canceled
about
after like 6, and then they just threw the last
You're
ones
right.
out there.
it. Here, final note on Crusade. It was canceled before the first episode aired. That's how much it was doomed to
Damn.
failure.
So
Okay.
is this like the whole Caprica versus Battlestar type follow up?
No,
Pretty
worse.
much.
Well,
Caprica got like
Caprica
2
kinda suck?
seasons. Caprica got like
Caprica
2 or
kinda
3
sucked.
seasons. Yeah.
It had 2, but but still kind of sucked. So
When we get through season 5, if you all don't want to kill each other or just kill me, we may do Crusade. Okay. Moving right along. Melissa, how much fun do you all have?
We hate
Not a
this
lot.
shit. We hate
A
it.
lot. Too
No.
much.
There was
None.
there was a special meeting of fun that you all missed. Let me.
I was going to say
so-
define
some-
fun.
Oh, Jesse left.
I think
She'll be
we just
back,
lost
she'll be
Oh,
Jesse.
back.
Jesse's
Oh, she'll be
gone.
back.
She'll be
All
back.
right. She'll be back. She
She had to
said she'll be
reset her
back.
router.
Okay.
A chore
Uh,
every Sunday. I dread looking forward to this.
I dread looking forward to this.
It's one of my favorite things to do on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I'll be the optimist.
Mike put in the
Are
chat
you going to tell us what
0%.
your other favorite things
That
on
was
Sunday are,
something
Nicole?
else. That was something
Nope.
else.
I mean, I will say, despite the fact that my football team was a shitstorm, this is now my favorite thing to do on a Sunday. And despite the fact that I've known you all, except for Emily and Andrew and Mike, I've known you all for 20 years.
Far too long.
Way too fucking long. But it's honestly, it's a lot of fun. It's the one thing during the week that I look forward to is, it's the watching of the episode to me can be kind of a chore. It's like, oh fuck, okay, I gotta go and I gotta watch the episode. But then like getting on the getting on the recording and everything like that, that's something that I look forward to every week.
I know I'm
Nicole,
gonna
you
be
raised
tired
your
every
hand
Monday.
again.
I did.
That's what I
I
know.
did. I will add to that. It's kind of like, we all have lives. We all have stressful things happening. We all have, some of us have kids, some of us have jobs that are high stress or whatever. But this is kind of a time for us to all just unwind for an hour or two and just laugh and have fun. So I think it's really, something that I definitely look forward to, because sometimes you get caught up in the rat race of the bullshit every single day. And, you need a little bit of a reprieve. So
Now, Chuckle Nugget has his hand up.
Hold on, an hour or two. Okay, the only thing I know for sure.
okay,
true.
3 hours.
What has this ever been an hour?
By the way, the run of show for those playing the home game was an hour, and here we are. So just throwing it out there.
We shoot to start at 8 Central, and I almost always am saying, all right, I got to go to bed because it's like midnight. I always know Monday I'm going to be tired as shit.
Yep.
True.
Hey, Reptilian Samurai asked an interesting question. What's everyone's favorite alien race so far? That's a
I
good
was going to
question.
get to it. I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
but go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm going to go through them all.
The
Alien
Centauri, for
race.
sure.
Centauri.
Centauri. Well, so here's the thing. So I do have a little bit of love for the English, a bit of an Anglophile, if you will. And the Centauri, just far and away, which we said on the show before, have that British, old
No, they're
colonial.
Romans.
Nah, I'd see more British than
No,
Roman,
they're
but either way.
Romans. They're Romans.
Yeah.
All right, listen. How dare you?
No, how dare you, sir? How dare you, sir?
I mean, listen. Do I get a little Caligula with Londo? Maybe, but I think they're more British in terms of the old colonial.
Hashtag Roman.
Maybe, Kevin, I will answer all the questions if we actually get through this freaking question first.
All right, well, there's my answer.
Okay. Anybody else? Favorite alien race?
Centauri.
Anybody else?
Minbari.
Minbari.
Yeah. Narn.
Oh,
Mike, Blake.
Narn.
I really don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I just like
I'm
the
less-
I like the Vorlons just because they're mysterious. But other than that,
That's
I
true.
mean,
Yeah, but the Centauri have 6 dicks.
Well, but
well,
the
some
Narn
of
are
us
Very
value
barbarians.
that
excited,
more than
and I
others,
love
Nicole.
Sorry.
But the Minbari have Delenn.
Oh, God.
Just when I
Let's
thought
not
I was
say
going to
that.
But
say
one,
that.
one Minbari with hair is hard to top 6 dicks on a Centauri, though. I mean,
Hey, I don't know. She's coming out of that chrysalis. Maybe she can top it. Who knows?
but
I thought I was just about to say that Nicole was our Buddy the Elf. She's just so sweet and naive and loves everything. And she was so quick with that 6 dicks. So quick with
I have a devious side. I'm like the elf on the shelf.
I will
the
say,
demon on the shelf. What you talking
I-
about?
I will say my favorite race is Zog. And I'll leave it at
Really?
Zog.
Dog.
What about
Zog.
the ones that eat everybody? What are those called again?
The Pakmara.
Hakmara.
The Pakmara.
Nobody likes the
I mean-
bad guys.
But I mean, honestly, being a D&D
Human?
fan, I love to
Nope.
me the Narn of the Barbarians, and that's what I usually play. So
You think that? You say the Narns of the Barbarians?
yeah.
Season 2 is going to be fun for you. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. Next question. We'll get this one quick. Gigasaurus Game says, is there a need to watch TNG before DS9? No.
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 I don't even know what TNG is.
I would.
Next
Next
Generation.
Actually, Scott, what I'd say, you don't need to
Star
watch
Trek.
the whole series.
Oh.
Watch Best of Both Worlds, Part
Right.
1 and 2, and then go into
Right.
DS9.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
completely
true.
agree with
That's
that.
true. I will
Look,
agree with that.
There,
Yep.
there
Go ahead,
isn't a
Kevin.
lot of love in this group for TNG, and I, even though I just shit on the season 1 in this very episode, I really, really enjoy the Next Generation. But DS9 is a better show.
Yeah.
No,
There are parts
no,
of
no.
next gen that
Justin, let Emily
make
speak.
sense for DS9, especially with like how it intros and the tension between Picard and Cisco. Like, so there are a few episodes that can be helpful, but I don't know if it's fully necessary.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I,
think-
felt
I
like
agree
they
with Blake.
recap a lot of that Best of Both
They
Worlds
do,
stuff.
but I feel like there's still quite a
You-
bit that is helpful.
Yeah, you really need. I mean, Best of Both Worlds is probably the best sci-fi on television that was done up until
Agree.
that point.
Agree.
So you're just good to watch that anyway. But I think
Yeah.
it gives you a nice basis for DS9.
I would
Sorry,
also
I
say
mean,
it has.
The only reason
Jesse
to
came
watch
back. Can we get her opinion? Jesse?
This is a gray 17 podcast. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, but it's fine. We're moving on.
Hey, you know what? I think Emily and I and a few others may want to do a DS9 podcast after this is all
Please.
said.
I absolutely
Yes.
do, because
Add it.
Adrian hasn't seen it, and I want to do a
Oh.
podcast where he's a newbie with us.
Yes, I'd be all for that. I will
I
say,
don't know if Andrew's up for it, but I am totally on board.
No, I've been wanting to watch it, so
I thought we were doing the Golden Girls pod. What the hell?
Can
Oh, I
Jesse
need
be
to
on
get
that
that
just
one
to talk
going
over him?
too.
No.
I thought we were
Yeah,
doing a
that's
Blossom
what I
pod.
oh
We
my
have,
god,
like,
you're
10
all
going now.
every one of you is stepping on everyone else, and it's cute. Somebody.
Well, we're all about to have our own separate podcast.
Well, I got to make sure everyone knows how it
Yeah.
feels.
Oh my god.
Andrew, I
Yes.
love how spicy you've been tonight.
He
Yeah.
is.
He is
Spicy.
feisty.
Good
Need to
job,
put the hair
Andrew.
down so we
Let's-
know
let's-
it's
let's-
on.
Let's keep rolling because I have a queue of like 30 questions here, and I want to get to
Okay.
most of them.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so we're going to do quicker answers, guys. Okay, first off,
Okay.
Kenneth says, "Thank you for the awesome podcast." Thank you, Kenneth. We
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
That's not a question.
Shannon says, "What about Sinclair and Catherine?" Shannon, just wait for season 2. That's all I can say.
Nobody cares about Sinclair's shitty love life.
I do.
Okay,
I'm worried
no,
about
that's
Catherine.
not a shitty love life.
Yes,
That's
it is.
true love, John.
Shannon
You don't
says
know
we
what
need
that's like, but that's true.
Dylan's gonna shank her.
30 questions, guys. Okay, Shannon
Shots
says
fired.
you need a moderator and a vote counter. And I think Shannon's volunteering. Okay. Let's see. Andrew Reed says, I'm wearing PJs as well because it's late. And Shannon says PJs now, but normally fasten and then zip. Okay.
No.
Okay. S. Murphy, biggest
Sick
shock.
callback.
Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this lightning round, guys. Okay, I'm gonna call on each one of you. Biggest shock of season 1 first. So, and I'm only gonna go to the newbies. Well, we'll do everybody. Blake, biggest shock of season 1.
That's
That
stuck
you
around
and I
for
still
full
have
season.
friends left.
Okay, good. Emily,
Oh shit! I can't be put on the spot. I don't know.
Mike.
I mean, I've seen the show, so I don't know that I can.
That's true. That's true.
That it holds
Jo-
up. I don't know.
That's true. John.
That I made it through all of season 1 and didn't quit.
Andrew.
The end of Believers.
Yes.
Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. Kevin.
The end of Signs and Portents.
That's a good one too. Justin.
Honestly, to me, one of the biggest shocks is the quality mercy machine. The mercy machine is what I call it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Jesse.
Season 2, episode 1.
Okay. Well, we're not there yet, but yes, I agree. Thank you for not answering the question. Sorry, Shannon. Nicole.
The future Sinclair when we saw him.
Oh, yes. Scarred
Yeah.
Sinclair. Yeah.
You just- yeah.
Yeah, that was
Emma-
like mind blowing.
Emily, what do you got? Do you have anything now? I gave you more time.
No, not
Okay.
really.
I'm with Mike that it holds up. Again, season 1 isn't my favorite, but it holds up pretty well. Okay. Next question from S. Murphy. Biggest question which you'd think won't get answered. Okay. We'll just go to the newbies on this one. Real quick lightning round. What question do you have that you do not think will get answered by the end of the show?
The telepath stuff I've been talking about. I did get
Okay,
that.
no, you're fine. You're fine, John. So
No.
your telepath stuff. Got it, Emily?
Yep.
In the episode with Ironheart, he tells Sinclair, "I'll see you in a million years." Is that some sort of forecast premonition, or is it just see you later?
Okay, so you don't think the Ironheart thing will be answered. Cool. Okay. And then we'll go to Andrew.
What the Vorlons look like.
Okay. Good. Okay. Justin.
We never find the Holy Grail.
Okay. Jessi.
Is Sinclair going to have Earth babies?
As opposed to not Earth babies?
Mars babies? I don't know.
Mars babies. He is a
He's
Martian,
married-
so
well,
technically,
Yeah, he
Right.
is Martian.
yeah, Sinclair
Right.
is a Martian. Nicole.
Shit, I just lost it. I don't think we'll ever fully learn the depths of the Psychor either. I was with
Okay,
John on that.
so we got 2 votes for we're not going to get everything we want out of the telepaths, and a couple other ones. Good. Okay. Melissa says Crusade was okay. Disagree, Melissa. Although Galen's fun, but we'll leave it there. Just merge Crusade with season 5 is what Giga says. We'll figure it out when we get there. Let's see. Okay, David wants to see the reaction to the opening of season 2. You will see it in a week and a half. That will drop Wednesday after next because
You
we've
won't
already
see
recorded it.
You'll hear
Well, yeah,
it.
they'll hear it. You'll hear it. I think.
What is that?
Is that
Is
somebody's
that a cat?
Yeah, does
It's my
anyone else hear that?
it's my cat.
Okay.
Ask, am I
Am
having
Kitty.
somebody's cat
Let's
meowing?
let's see a cat. Let's see the cat.
Aw.
Aw,
Oh,
fluffy.
This is
just a
Oreo. Hi,
Oh, it's just a
Oreo.
baby. It's just
Oh.
a
First I thought-
baby.
I thought somebody was wheezing. I was like,
Yes,
damn.
I did
somebody-
too. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
I knew it was a cat because
Uh,
I'm a cat mom.
I love the
Okay.
baby.
Oh, okay. Reptilian asks. Wokala says, "Are you going to watch Legends of the Rangers?" Ooh, we'll see. Reptilian says, "Newbie prediction for what they think each season will be about from here." So let's just do.
Okay.
I'll just leave it the way it ends. So newbies, prediction for what you think each season will be about from here, and we'll go to Nicole first.
I think season 2 is going to wrap up the major conflict that's coming. Season 3 will probably bring a new conflict and a new issue. Season 4 will probably wrap that up. And then season 5 will probably wrap up everything from the very beginning all along the way.
Cool, Jessi.
I think this season we're going to deal with the Mr. Morden and the consequences of the actions
Stuff.
that yes. Mhm.
The
Yes,
stuff.
the stuff. I think that's what this season is going to be mostly focused on, and then the other 18 seasons are going to just be us getting more questions and having to wait to hear them answered.
Jessi, you sound bitter.
I'm not. This is actually not bitter, Jessi. That's a scary thought too.
Justin.
Season 2 for me is probably going to be a prelude to war. Whether it's an Earth civil war or against the Shadow People. But then seasons 3 and 4 will be the majority of the conflict, and then season 5 will be wrapping it up in a nice little bow.
And Andrew.
I also think season 2 is going to be about preparation for this war. Season 3 will be the war. Season 4 will be the aftermath. Season 5, couldn't tell you.
Okay. John.
Something similar, but I think it'll focus. So I think I agree with everyone. There's an overarching kind of war or conflict with I just say the Mordens people, but I don't think that will come until like season 4. I think 2, I think we'll dive into the Minbari Earth thing, and then 3, I think we'll go maybe a little more with the Narn and the Centauri, and then 4 will be all. I think while we're going along, it'll all be building kind of like, Lord of the Rings, whatever. You're building towards. There's still the main enemy, and they'll focus on those conflicts, but the people will be saying, we have to get together for this bigger conflict, and then that'll be 4. I think 5. I'm not 100% sure. I think I'll just call it the fallout, but I don't think it'll be wrapped up in a nice little bow. As we talked about before, I don't think this show screams out, pleasant ending for me. I think it'll just be something a little more thought provoking. So I just call season 5 the fallout. Scott, you muted.
I said Emily, but I was muted.
I'm gonna have to agree with John. I feel like season 2's the setup to the major war. They'll probably run through seasons 3, 4, and 5, but I really don't expect it to be tied up with some nice little ribbon where you get that ending that feels really satisfactory and all your questions are answered. I think there's a good chance there's going to be a lot of questions we don't get answered.
Next question. Is Justin a Colts fan?
Well,
What?
actually, there was one before that, Scott.
Does a bear
Was it?
shit in the woods?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So the
Right.
question from Andrew Reed asked,
yes.
how much of the real world issues with the production of the show will we share with the newbies? And we've done some of that as we've gone
Yeah.
through. We've not ones that would be spoilery. We've not, but no, we've talked openly about some of the issues with the production, with some of the behind the scenes, especially season 1 with Michael O'Hare's mental health. We've talked about some of the studio issues. Some of the challenges. So yeah, we've been pretty open when we can with the newbies about the production struggles of the show, and we'll continue to do that when and where we can.
And we'll continue to have duct tape over Kevin's mouth as much as possible.
Or
But in
Claudia
terms
Christian.
of, but in
Or
terms
Claudia
of me
Christian's
being,
mouth.
but in terms of me being a Colts fan, yes, I'm a diehard Colts fan, and that's why I'm always sad.
You could be a Bears fan.
Yeah, and that's
that's
why
true.
we're
That
always
is true.
sad.
Exactly.
And that's why Bears fans are always sad. Yes.
Okay, next one. Tim says, your entertaining antics help me get through the week when work is annoying. Thank you so much for the smile. Let's see.
Oh,
That's not a
Love
question.
you.
I'm just going through the
Hey,
chat.
Justin, you
Chill
got a
the
high
fuck
five
out.
in misery.
Yes, you did. Let's see. Andrew Reed wants us to fight. Let's see. Giga agrees that the Centauri Republic is definitely Rome. Neil says, as a Brit, I feel the Centauri are more Roman, but they do have some 18th century Europe about them. Let's see here.
Thank you.
So some of it's a clothing style.
Thank you. You know what, John? Thank you. It's Roman. It's not
No.
British. It's Roman, John.
It's British. It's British
No.
I would
colonialism.
actually put not Brit. I would go across between Rome and French Republic, Napoleon era France.
Well, I can only
go
speak
with
through
Napoleon.
21 episodes, so it's very hard to say what the rest of it will shake out to be.
David asked, did someone say some of the newbies will be doing reaction videos to season 2? I don't know. We got to talk about that. I mean, maybe if we did like individual reaction videos, I think it would work. But when we get everyone together and they're trying to do a reaction while also watching the episode for the first time, it gets a little rough. But we can definitely talk about using YouTube more on that stuff. I know we've been slacking off recently, but the first ones have been doing commentaries of the episodes as well, too. And we need to get back to that. Let's see. Wokel says, can't wait to first time hit season 3. Well, we got to get through season 2 first. Gordon asks if Mike is asleep.
Most
He
of the
usually
time.
is. Yeah, he usually is.
Justin's
Let's
dying.
see. Oh, my cat's about to
Just
walk in front of the
slightly.
camera. There
Oh,
he goes.
kitty.
He's gonna
Hi,
show you his
kitty.
ass.
Oh,
Enjoy.
the baby. It's the
Wouldn't be the
baby.
first butthole on this podcast, Scott.
No, it would not be.
Listen, you keep that cat. I'm taking
Okay.
everything in my power to not say what I want to say with that
Please
cat.
don't.
Well, just say it,
John,
John.
No.
Just say it.
Since when has anything
No.
ever stopped you from saying whatever the hell
Honestly,
you want?
yeah.
Stop encouraging him. Jesus
Why
Christ.
are you being? Why are you being? Just say it.
Come on,
No.
John.
I'm trying to turn over a
I'm
new leaf. This
invested.
is John 2.0.
Bullshit.
shit.
Don't disappoint us here,
No.
John. Come on.
All right,
That's
fine. Who doesn't
bullshit.
love to see some pussy on screen? It's John Classic. We're back.
It'd be like that lawyer who lost
Amen.
his job when he threw his cat across the room. Okay. Next question, Andrew Reed. How does Scott maintain his poker face when the newbies say something precedent or totally ridiculous? I don't know if I do or not, but
No, he
No.
doesn't do a good job.
He
At
doesn't.
Say he's a parent, so
Yeah.
He
that's
laughs.
true.
I feel like when you're a parent, it's a skill you learn to like lie to your children. So you kind of treat us like your children.
look at my cool trick, Daddy.
No, he's
Oh,
never
that's
screamed at us
great.
like he has his kids.
That's
Oh,
true.
you've,
That's
you've
true.
all heard me yell at my
Yes.
kids. That's true.
Yeah.
Right. Shut
Okay.
the fuck up.
I love how you censored yourself and didn't at the same time. That was cute.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Iffy FSX says, I predict they will be crying like babies at the series finale. I cry every time I watch the series finale. Every time. And I have
Really?
seen it. I have seen it at least 100 times. Honest to God, I cry every time I watch the series finale.
There's no way not to.
Yeah.
Well, and that's we're not going to say anything else.
Listen,
I cry. at
I've
the series
almost
finale.
cried
Okay,
a couple
but-
episodes, so I know I will.
Believe-
Drop the cat.
Believers was
Control
a-
your pussy, Scott.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Damn it, Andrew.
oh,
Damn, Andrew.
Okay, I'm gonna go have the cat leave the
Andrew
room
came
because
in
you
like
guys
a
can't handle the cat.
wrecking ball.
This is Gray 17 After Dark. Now you can let your hair. Now that Steve's gone,
Scott.
let's talk shit about Steve while he's gone.
which
Hey,
You do it
fuck
when I'm
that
here anyway.
which main
Okay.
character?
Oh, hey, Steve.
I don't have Tourette's.
Home early.
Okay, let's see next.
Everyone's biggest laugh of season 1.
Oh,
Oh,
Centauri.
Penis for sure.
Yep.
yeah.
I don't know. It's a
Mhm.
toss up between that and the butthole episode with the
Yeah.
buttholes on the forehead.
Right.
See, I actually thought was when we first met Veer, and it was like Veer and Londo comedy hour.
I mean, to me, it's
Like as far
Centauri
as the
penis.
show goes, but as far as our topics, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think the funniest moment for me on season 1 was, and it came when I was listening back to our podcast on it, and Justin just says Daloon, and there's just silence as we're all trying to keep it together.
Everybody's like,
Right
what
on
the
cue,
fuck?
We all just lose our
Oh.
shit.
Also, we can't forget Bangers and Mash.
Yeah.
There's that one.
That's the only time I've ever led an episode with somebody's comment. Bangers and mash. Okay, next one. Which main character seen so far do you want to die? Which main character
Franklin.
you've seen so far do you want to die? John wants Franklin to die.
None
Okay,
of
anybody-
them.
Morden.
Oh yeah,
Morden?
Morden. He can fuck off.
Main
He's
character?
not a
Okay.
main character.
Oh, he's
Is
not a
Is
he?
main.
Morton, but yeah, is Morton a main character? at this
Let's make a
point?
rule. If somebody time out, if somebody's shown up for more than 2 episodes, they're a main character. Morden show up for 2 episodes. That
And he
means
seems
Bester
pretty
hasn't shown up
involved
for
with a
only
lot
one,
of
but-
stuff.
Hmm.
So
Still Franklin.
Anybody else? Franklin?
But
Anybody
like,
else?
want them to die or wouldn't care if they died? Because
I
Do
mean-
you want them to die before the end of the
probably-
show? Do you want them to die?
If I had to pick one, Franklin.
If I had to pick one, I'd pick Kosh. He needs to get Kosh.
I can't
Okay,
answer
you
this
want caution,
question.
I know. I agree, Blake.
Yeah,
I agree.
No,
Because there is
Anybody
one.
else?
I just can't answer this.
I
That's
don't.
true.
I don't have a good answer for this. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. So we got Kosh, we got Franklin so far. That's cool. Let's see. Tim is asking when we're going to have a panel at a convention. Tim, believe it or not, we're working on it. Justin's working on some stuff. I'm working on some stuff. We're working on some stuff.
Which is followed by no children would be allowed in. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's true.
We're not exactly
Which
safe
on
for
that
work.
note, you should hear, if any of you have not, go on YouTube and find the Phoenix Comic-Con panel for the Babylon 5 cast. You think we're bad?
Right.
Go watch
Yeah,
that one.
I wouldn't watch it, newbies, because there's spoilers.
Yeah, do not.
All right.
Yeah,
Aw.
newbies
God
don't, but the
damn it.
rest do.
We can't
This
watch
is
any of the
why-
fun stuff.
This is why I didn't give you the blooper reel until the end of the season, even though you couldn't hear the blooper reel. Newbie only reaction show. First one's think too deeply and have trouble reacting. Shannon, I want to have this in writing that you just said I think too deeply because I want that in writing. Some of them will cry before the end of season 2. I think you're right.
Probably
I think
me.
You're right, S. Murphy.
Nicole for sure.
Yeah,
Nicole might cry at the end of this pod when we have to say goodbye.
I might. I might.
Most of us don't have
Shan-
feelings. We're moving on.
Shannon would like us to talk about socks. Let's see.
You want to see my
Some of
socks,
you
Shannon?
weirdos leave them on. I
I'm
know
not
you do
wearing
that.
any socks. Ha ha ha.
Wow.
Stephen
Thank you,
Homke says
Justin.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a mind war.
I think some
Trust
people
me,
came
no
into
one
that.
wants to read our minds.
Some people are going to come into that fight unarmed, if you know what I mean.
John's an absolute loser there.
What?
Oh, and Andrew Reed says, "Are you going to make everyone read all the canon expanded universe novels and comics?" I haven't read all the canon expanded universe novels and comics because most of them are out of print and they're expensive as shit. So no.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that. I almost bought all the comics. So I saw them and they had a line on a pretty good price on them. And I was like, oh man, maybe I'll buy these. And then I didn't, specifically not to get spoiled.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, they come
the
in
half price books here has actually a lot of the comics in stock.
If you get them, guys, I will tell you what order to read them in and tell you when you're good if you want to do that. There's a
Okay.
order listing you can get. Like there's some stuff that happens on Mars that is before the show that actually got released in season 1, so you won't get spoiled from that. Or if you do get spoiled, JMS wanted you to, stuff like that.
I was just rereading some old JMS comics on my flight from Boston.
David
JMS
wants
makes some
to
good
know
comics.
if we fasten then zip or zip then fasten. We have actually answered that
Yes.
when we
Right.
discussed Babylon
I
Squared.
did.
Yes, go listen to Babylon Squared or watch on
And then
YouTube.
zip.
The
I
answer
just
is
let it
yes.
dangle.
Don't answer it again. Make
That's
them go
it.
watch it. Get the
Oh,
views up.
God. Yeah, go back
That's
and
true. We
watch
need to
it.
get the views up. I will say, rewinding back to the expanded universe, and not wait a minute, that was not it. Hold on. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. Okay, next one. If that's a too difficult a question, who do we want to see die? Wilk will give us another one. Which death would you be most shocked by if someone
Lou.
died?
Londo,
before the end of
if he
season
dies,
1?
I swear to God, I will quit this show and burn
Okay.
it all to the ground.
John will be shocked if Londo dies. Newbies, who would
Ivanova.
shock you if they died? Ivanova? Okay.
Ivanova.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ivanova.
Jesse says Ivanova.
Delenn.
Andrew says Delenn.
Lou Welch.
Lou Welch,
Yep.
the hero
Really?
Lou
we need
Welch.
and deserve.
Lou Welch is my hero.
You're my boy,
Any of the main
So
the main
just any of the main
five.
cast. Anyone
Yeah.
who's on the credits. Anyone's on
mean,
the credits.
Realistically, I would be devastated if Garibaldi died, but I wouldn't be surprised if Garibaldi died, if that makes sense.
He never watches
Right.
it.
That's what there's some characters that I wouldn't be shocked because they're constantly throwing themselves in danger. If Londo died, not only would I be devastated, but I would be shocked that he would find himself in danger on the front lines. But that's what makes me nervous about, I think, what's going to be his awesome character arc when he becomes the hero. And I'm just not ready for it.
And Emily.
Is away from keyboard.
Okay, Andrew, you didn't answer either. Who would you be shocked by?
I said Delenn, and you
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry,
acknowledged
you
it.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh
trying
my
to keep track.
God.
Trying to keep track.
After hours,
Okay.
Andrew, you're just forgettable, apparently.
I will
God
say this.
ignores
Andrew
poor
is-
Andrew too.
I will say this, and again, I don't think it's a spoiler. This isn't this isn't Star Trek. People are gonna die.
How
And I'll
dare
just
you?
leave it
I
at that.
swear to
People are
God.
gonna
if one
die.
day
So it's like
in-
Star Trek meets Game of Thrones. Is what you're saying.
Well, no, because Game of Thrones is just stupid. Like, I don't like this character's going to die because everyone likes him, so we're going to kill him. That was
Oh my
stupid.
God. Listen, do not go down this road. I let you talk shit about all the other things you want to talk shit about, but we don't talk shit about Game of
How about
Thrones,
this? Can I
Harry
time out.
Potter.
Can I talk shit about
No,
Game
we
of
do
Thrones
about Harry
season
Potter.
6,
No,
7, 8?
let's not keep.
What I
Jesse
think of
has
Game of
their
Thrones.
correct
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
I
Game of
will
Thrones.
praise season 1 through 5. Can I talk shit about season 6, 7, and 8?
No.
You can
Can I
talk
get
shit
you
about a lot of the
guys-
show,
You
but let's
talk
the
shit
books
about
as well.
7 and 8, but sure.
Okay.
Can I get you guys
Okay.
your own
Six has
fucking
moments.
podcast to talk about everything but Babylon
Jesse.
5? And then I will edit it for you. I will offer to
Neil-
do that.
Neil
Okay,
asks
Jesse.
Neil asks if our convention panel will be a Tourette's fundraiser. God.
It'll be sponsored by
Oh,
Pornhub.
Jesus.
we can
I
do
can't-
that.
I can't wait to
Only
read
if
that
we get
review on one of the shows.
Fucking 5-star reviews, assholes. You can't make fun of us and then give us 4 stars. That's not how this works.
Hey, it's
Jesse,
better
do you
than
want to
the
do
two.
a Love is Blind podcast? Do you watch that show?
Yes, I will. I am down.
I
Shannon,
personally know multiple people from that show, FYI.
Shocking.
Shannon would
It's-
like to know.
Why
if we would do
doesn't
a-
that surprise me? Jesus Christ.
What Shannon want
I-
to know?
YouTubers, I'm trying to get them through the questions. I swear to God, I'm trying. Okay. A review of GMS's autobiography when the show is over. I like that idea.
I would do that.
I like that.
I,
Idea.
I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
wait to read it.
I
Oh,
want
I
to read
almost
the
bought
book
it.
so bad.
And it's
They had
read
it
by
for
Londo
sale.
if you read the audiobook. If you get the audiobook, it's read by Londo.
This
Oh,
awesome
really?
bookstore in Boston had it for sale for the hardcover for $10. I almost bought it.
It's a worth. I would actually buy it just because sooner or later, hopefully, we'll all see JMS and he can sign it. Just saying.
Well,
Well, so I
because
was looking-
honestly, I can't. None of the bookstores here in Indy, like Half Price Books or anything like that, has it. So I can't
Because
find
it's
it anywhere.
Indianapolis.
Because it's fucking
It was-
Indianapolis.
Hardcover, $10. I thought it was gonna be. They had a bunch of other books that were signed. I was hoping it was signed. I definitely would have bought it, but
Andrew says, I'm so old. Andrew Reed says, I'm so old. I bought all the expanded universe stuff when I first came out. Andrew, I'm jealous because I should have, and I didn't. Let's see. I'm going to skip Iffy's spoilery comment. Let's see. Andrew Reed says it's 10:41 p.m. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it.
That it is.
11:41.
says- Yeah, well, East Coasters. Wokel says Garibaldi is always so close to dangerous situations. That's right in his job. Okay.
But not for nothing. Since technically this is the end of season 1, we've left him in a coma. So who knows what's going to happen to Garibaldi?
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Let's see. Darren says his autobiography is so amazing and will surprise you in so many ways. Parts are jaw-dropping. Darren, I will say the fact that JMS survived past the age of 5, let alone made Babylon 5, is amazing. And I will leave it at that. Yeah,
I think
Shannon
that's why he
says she
called it
actually-
Babylon 5.
Yeah. Ooh, look at
I don't
that.
know.
Andrew is on fire tonight, son.
Butter him. He is on a roll.
Shannon says,
man,
I
it's
skipped the
so
spoiler
bad.
chapters because, yeah, Shannon actually did read the book because I told her to skip these chapters. And she says the podcast newbies should wait to read it at all. S. Murphy and Iffy are fighting each other over spoilers. Okay, great. Cute. And now Sean Boyle has gotten involved in the conversation too. You three duke it out. That's fine.
What the hell is
let's
Jungle?
see.
Shut up, John. I hate
Now-
you so much.
Okay, I've got to the end of the questions. Last call. Any other questions for the 40 people who are still watching us for no apparent reason?
Ask some personal questions. Shit.
No, John, we're not doing that
No,
again.
no.
No.
Nobody wants to know.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shannon says, love you all, but I'm out. Bye,
Everyone
Shannon.
is tired
Bye,
of
Shannon.
listening
Bye,
to us.
Shannon.
Night, Shannon.
Shannon, I will see you in New Orleans. I'll see
Bye,
you there.
Shannon.
Okay, David Blue asks, where is everyone from? I'm gonna do lightning round. Blake, where are you from?
Your
Oregon.
mom's house. Oh.
John, shut the fuck up. Blake is from Oregon. Mike,
Iowa.
Chuckle Nugget.
Just outside St. Louis.
Andrew,
Springfield.
Illinois. There's several Springfields.
Well, I wasn't going to say which state, but
Oh,
wow.
sorry.
Look at that.
Well,
It's
everyone
like
else is saying the
Simpsons.
states. Sorry, that's true. Don't stalk Andrew, please. Kevin.
Originally,
or do.
Aurora, now
I
live in
need
Joliet.
some.
Does Andrew need stalking? Is that what you're gonna say?
I need some interesting things to happen in my life. So
So
No,
Andrew,
I-
you've heard it here
I need-
first.
I need
Andrew would like to be
some-
stalked.
I feel like
Kevin,
that'd
I'm
make a great
sorry.
chapter
Go
in my
for it.
autobiography.
Did we lose Kevin?
No,
No, he said he was from Joliet.
Oh, it's my internet wigging out. You're fine. Jessi.
Born in Iowa, raised in Missouri, and now living in Illinois.
Nicole.
Much info.
Originally from the Chicago area, now I live out in the western suburbs.
Emily.
Illinois.
Justin.
Grew up in northern Illinois, but now from the Indianapolis, Indiana.
Why do you look like a busted Dr. Evil right now, dude?
I love that kitty cat.
Love the baby. Love the
Yes,
baby.
Mr. Bond. And I am from Illinois.
Justin scratching his pussy while answering questions.
Right, absolutely.
Holy shit, Scott, go
With
ahead.
the butt,
Love my
with the butt
pussy.
plug. He's got the butt plugs to prove it. Okay. I'm from Illinois, but now in Missouri. Soon to be back in Illinois because Missouri blows. Okay. Let's see.
It
What else
does.
we got? That's true.
Very true.
Giga, favorite sport. Again, round robin. I mean, lightning
Ooh.
round. Justin, favorite sport. Just be quick.
Hockey.
Hockey. Emily.
I don't do sports.
Cole.
Hockey and baseball.
Jessi.
Football.
Kevin.
Baseball.
Andrew.
A little bit of baseball, mostly pro wrestling. Yes, I know
Wow.
it's fake.
It's still a sport. John.
Wait, to watch or play?
Oh, God damn it. Just answer the question.
I clearly don't play football, Mr.
Well, some of us do
John.
play sports.
Mm.
So how about that? I guess I'd say hockey and baseball.
Okay. Mike.
StarCraft.
That's a sport in Korea. In South Korea, that is a sport. Okay. Blake.
I don't do sports either.
Baseball for me. Okay. Andrew Reed asks, are we done? Obviously not. Okay. Darren.
No.
Darren gives us a last thank you for the podcast again.
Thanks, Darren.
David
Thanks,
says
Darren.
David says he's fixing to get ready for bed. Okay. Yeah. Yantana says, will you watch the behind the scenes season 1 video? I mean, some of the newbies have the DVDs. So if they want to watch them, I would recommend waiting until we're done with the show because there is stuff on the DVDs that are spoilers and the special features.
Even in
I
season
tried
one?
to, yeah, because they talk about the whole story as they're talking
Okay.
about season 1.
Because I found the season 1 on DVD at like half price books, and I haven't watched it yet, but I didn't know at what point should I watch it.
I would hold off on special features and commentaries. I really would.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's see. Andrew Reed, John, how do you maintain that magnificent beard?
Good question. I don't know if I'm ready to give up my trade secrets, but actually, oddly enough, I don't do anything. And it's only as I got older that grew in. I had some really gross, white, trashy facial hair back in the first go around in college. A real Joe Dirt doesn't connect here thing going on.
Joe Dirte.
Right. Don't kind of church it up, Dirt.
I guess I don't know.
Okay.
Be a weird, gross mofo. I don't know. Whatever.
Mhm. That's exactly what it is.
Catherine says, thanks for the great show.
Thanks, Catherine.
David says, I went to law school in Chicago.
Oh, David, we may
Hey.
need to talk to you.
Tim has a question that Tim has a question that Mike and I probably could spend an entire podcast talking about. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to make this easier. What is the one tabletop game that you play the most? Tabletop game that you play the most? Blake?
I don't really play tabletop games.
Okay. Mike?
Sorry.
Dang. Yeah, I play a lot of tabletops when I used to before I had a kid, but honestly, right now, the thing that's kind of hot with me still is making a comeback is Magic the Gathering.
There you go. Okay.
I've been playing
John.
a lot of Commander Magic.
Nice. I need to figure out how to play Commander. I don't understand it. John?
I actually just got a new Kickstarter. It's Jurassic Park Kickstarter. I just got that and played the first 2 adventures with some buddies. So I'm really enjoying it. That's the one I'm playing the latest. So it's still ongoing. It's one of those legacy games.
Nice. Andrew?
Munchkin.
Okay. Kevin?
Lately, it's been Connect 4 in Trouble with my 6-year-old.
I hear it. And
You let them win.
Trio, right?
And I don't know. I still like playing Clue. So I have it on my phone.
Clue's good. Jessi?
I don't really play tabletop games. I play a lot of video games. So
What video games? Hello Kitty Island Adventure?
Hey.
Rainbow Six Siege, if you must ask. I also like Call of Duty, first person shooters.
See,
Oh,
you are
shit.
violent.
Nicole, tabletop game.
Does Cards Against Humanity count?
Oh yeah, I do
Sure.
play that.
That's
I
on
like
Oh
table.
that.
yeah, yeah.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
can.
like that game.
I feel the next YouTube live for the podcast is going to be us playing Cards Against Humanity.
That would be
That'd be
fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's
Is a
let's
good
do that.
idea.
I don't think you
let's,
want that.
let's throw this out there now. Sometime on the new Christmas and New Year's holiday, if people have free time, we'll do Cards Against Humanity on YouTube.
Let's do
That'd
it.
be
I'm
fun.
down.
With this group, absolutely.
Yes, I'm for it. Okay, Emily.
I'm with Nicole. That's a game I used to play the most before, the COVID hit and we can't do shit anymore.
Don't worry. When I move back to Illinois, we will have board game night. I promise. Okay, Justin.
Yay!
I will say Scott used to host the best board game nights. I have to say that.
I did, and then I moved, and it sucks. Justin.
We can have matching pajama pants.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You have Emily has pajama pants for me and ice cream waiting for me. And I have a gift for you too, Emily, even though you are not my secret Santa. Okay.
Oh.
Neil in the chat just gave me a new game to look up to play with my 6-year-old. That's awesome.
Cool. Justin.
Okay, so being the person who has over 600 games in his library.
That's why I said the one you play the most.
Okay. Horrified.
Pool?
No, Horrified and Lost Ruins of Arnak.
I hear Horrified is really fun. I need to check that out. Especially the
Horrified
Universal
is
Monsters edition.
amazing, but Lost Ruins of Arnak is a premium game.
Is Horrified the one with you build the different rooms and stuff?
No,
No, that's the one I'm
Horrified
about to say.
is the Universal Monsters.
or
Frankenstein,
the,
the Bride,
They
Dracula.
also have a version. Yeah, they also have a version with like American monsters, like the
What like the yeah,
wi-
but the
the-
original Horrified is by far a premium game.
I need to check that out. The one for me, I think John, this is one you're referring to, is Betrayal at the House on the Hill, which allows you to build up a house and then somebody.
Oh,
comes
that
along.
is Betrayal is an amazing game as well.
It's fun because you always get pissed off by somebody sooner or later. The game, by the way, that Nicole, Mike, a few others played with me a lot was Battlestar Galactica, the board game.
Yes.
That was a huge
Okay, so then can we all play Diplomacy sometime?
Well, I have Tabletop Simulator. We can have some fun with this. Okay.
And honestly, I love you all, but if we all play Diplomacy can end friendships.
Okay.
So
Token podcast.
And friendship.
So
so-
good.
So in a podcast.
Too
Okay,
real,
so
too
good.
soon.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you guys all think we're friends. It's hilarious.
Oh my god, John, stop
Okay,
it.
moving right along. In what ways, and we'll just, again, lightning round, I'm not going to go to everybody, just throw out an answer. In what ways did Babylon 5 defy your expectations so far? Comes from Reptilian Samurai.
It's been better than my expectations, honestly.
Same.
What was the question? How did it?
In what ways did Babylon 5 defy your expectations?
It got better.
The story is far more relevant now in 2022 than I think it even was in 1992 or whenever it debuted. I mean, literally, when we were going through some of the episodes, it's so timely. That Union
Yes.
episode. I mean,
And
Yes.
John, can I say something? It's going to get even more so.
That's true.
that's scary
Very
because it's kind of a sci-fi dystopian show. So it sucks.
It's crazy how relevant it is.
Yeah.
So like
Well, I think that's-
JMS like forecasted 2016 more than anything else.
I will say JMS is an amazing writer, and if you have not read any of his comic books, I don't know the name of the comic, but he knows how to write to be relevant. There is a scene in one of his Superman comics where Superman
Yeah.
deals with somebody who's going to jump off a building, and oh my god, that scene!
I have that
Just
issue.
shows you
I have that
everything.
issue. Yeah.
What is it? Because I want to recommend it. It's so good. You remember what the issue was?
It's part of the new 52. It's Action Comics.
I'll find it.
part of
I'll
the
find
new-
it. I'll throw it up on our Twitter.
I'll,
It was
I'll,
actually-
I'll find my episode and I'll
yeah.
post it.
Please, because I'm not going to go into any spoilers on it, but you, as a human being, you should read just that section of that Superman comic, and it just, again, I agree to all of you. Anybody else? Define expectations. Anybody? Okay. Andrew Reed, with everyone living so far apart, how did you decide to put the podcast together? Well, that's a long story, but to be easy, I'm the connective tissue. So I went to high school with Mike and Emily, And then I went to college and or did college things with the rest of these guys, minus Andrew. And then Andrew is the fun one. I knew his mom, and his mom messaged me and said, "Hey, my son needs something to do." So Andrew's here for that. And aside from that,
And for that, we
aside
are
from that,
very grateful.
yes, no, absolutely. This is not David Andrew at
Absolutely.
all. I'm just explaining
I
the connective
mean-
tissue. And then we got together because Blake and I talked several years ago about doing a B5 podcast, and finally we decided to pull the trigger and put out a Facebook and said, "Who's interested?" And these are the schmucks who signed up.
I answered a Craigslist misconnection ad, and
Boy, did you get the wrong email.
Right.
There was another question in here, Scott. Someone,
please, go ahead.
David asked Irish or Canadian, which first off, if we're talking whiskey,
Whiskey,
Irish.
Irish.
Canadians have not figured that
Irish.
shit out. But if we're
Yeah, I don't
talking,
know who's
good-looking
asking.
men with
I think that
accents,
was-
I speak on behalf of several of us. Nationality does not matter that much.
I think that was related to curling.
I don't care.
Blake had fun with accents this morning. We'll just leave it at that.
I'm just saying, an Englishman who was even drinking tea. It was an enjoyable hour.
Okay, so
Fan
So
of
myself-
Canadian
so-
beer, but Irish beer is better.
Irish, everything is better.
Like a
so
Molson,
myself, I
Agreed.
prefer I prefer Irish whiskey
I
above
like
all.
Old Bat.
But my dad is a very much a Canadian club person. So like he is a very CC and 7 kind of guy. So it's like I can't hate on Canadian whiskey either.
Yuri Hood says, "I'm a little angry I missed this. Don't worry, Yuri. It will stay up on YouTube, and it's going to be the podcast this Wednesday."
Hi, Yuri.
Hi, Yuri.
and it will haunt some of us for years to come.
Yes.
Darren asks, "Why would you play diplomacy with people you call friends? That's a game that play with strangers so you can alienate them." Okay.
Again, who says we're friends?
Yeah, we don't even like each other.
Wow.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, after 20 years, I mean,
Oh, God.
again, I'm excited for our
Okay.
VH1 behind the music when we break up.
No shit.
Giga says, "What did you all think of Irish music?" I enjoy it when I'm drinking a pint. I don't know.
I honestly,
I like
I
Irish
love
music.
it.
No,
I do
It's
too.
fine.
I love it.
nope.
Big
Check it out.
fans of Riverdance and not moving your arms.
I was going to say, are we talking U2 or are we talking Riverdance?
No, here's what I'll say about Irish music. Since it was just 2 months ago, I was in Dublin.
Yeah,
Okay,
There we go.
Irish.
You remember being in Dublin?
Mister, I travel everywhere.
You,
No,
you
no,
actually
here's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
you know
remember
what? Come
being
on.
there.
Come on, Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere, man.
Is that
I've been everywhere.
They don't even play Irish music in the bars. It's all American music, and they fucking love John Denver. If I was in one bar and they sang that
No.
John Denver song, I was in every bar and they sang that John Denver song.
Yeah, John, have you seen Final Destination?
The first one?
Yes.
Oh, but like years ago when it came out, I guess.
Sean
John
Boyle,
Denver
you
playing's
two
not
is
always a good
solid,
thing,
buddy.
just saying.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, it was. Well, I will say it wasn't even just Dublin. Most of the European cities I was in, when that John Denver song came on, they just lost their shit.
Really?
It was crazy. Oh yeah, they love.
Like
in
how-
fact, the
Is
World
it
Cup.
like how
I saw
American
them
bars
like-
are with
With Sweet Caroline?
Sweet Caroline or Living on a Prayer or Don't Stop Believing.
Yes,
Any
everyone was
journey.
How do we move from
Yeah, really, yeah,
Irish
sure.
music to Neil Diamond? How did we do this?
How do we ever
Neil,
do
because
anything?
Neil Diamond is the best
Oh.
of all of us.
I will say my favorite Irish music, I don't know if you consider Irish music fully, but Flogging Molly is one of my
Mhm.
favorite.
The
bands.
Cranberries are
Yeah.
Irish
Well,
too.
that
I
actually
think.
came up in the chat.
Yeah.
Ron,
Yuri said that
you
too.
had mentioned Flogging Molly.
And I'll throw it out there because I'm curious if any of our Irish listeners know anything about this band or know anything about what they're doing now or what happened to them. But many years ago, I used to play an online game with a buddy over in Ireland, and he turned me on to an Irish punk band called Mixtwitch.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard or found any information about them for many decades.
I think
now,
they
so-
broke up a long time ago, but their
Curious,
their
but-
original album was good stuff.
Mhm.
But no, I honestly Dropkick Murphys
Yes.
and
Yeah,
Flogging
Murphys.
Molly and
Aren't Dropkick
honestly-
Murphys actually American? Aren't
They
they
are.
from?
Boston.
Walking?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are. They're Bostonian
They're a
Irish.
Celtic band, though.
but yeah, they're definitely Dropkick Murphys
Tessie.
and
The
Funky
Cranberries
Molly,
were
and
Irish
then
too.
When I can manage my own fucking bagpipes, then I will love to serenade you all. So
This is the prime example of what Scott deals with on a regular basis
Yeah.
with us.
I play with my
Fucking herding
bagpipes a couple
cats.
times a week.
fucking herding cats. Yeah.
The great thing about this episode, since it was live, I don't have to edit it that much. I'm just
Right.
going to cut it and bring
Right.
it out. Yay. Okay, that's it, guys. I don't have any more questions in the chat, and I already called last call, so if you didn't get your drink, I am
All right.
sorry, but we're going to go ahead and end up there. Thanks so much, everybody. We had 180 viewers on this
Wow.
sucker.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
guys
thank
so
you.
much.
If you are still on, please, 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 please hit like, hit subscribe, and then also make sure you go over to our podcast on your app of choice and make sure you like and subscribe there and give us a review as well too. We really appreciate it. It helps the show grow. And we will be back again with more on YouTube. So also click that little bell icon so when we do go live, you find out about it right away. So like Yuri Hood, you don't miss it. Have a great night, guys. Thanks, everybody. And we will be back here on the podcast on Wednesday with the season 1 recap on the podcast. And then next Wednesday, we will start with Points of Departure season 2. Have a good
Thank
one,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Buttholes.
Stream is
God damn
stream
it.
is over. Stream went 3 hours.
Dear God. Yep.
That was awesome.
Sounds
though.
about right.
Fun.
They love us.
That's to be expected. though.
Why?